Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
Hey, this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation.
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Korner Booth podcast, our Korner Booth pregame, I should say. This is our 5th annual Christmas party. Trying to get the camera lined up. There we go. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to everyone who celebrates. We are actually under 6 days, I believe, 5 days from Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever it is. It's been a long week for me. Either way, we appreciate all you stopping by. In the spirit of giving, in the spirit of the holiday, we will be giving away 2 Nike gift cards. They will be the winners will be announced our next Thursday show on the 26th. We will now have a show Monday. I'm giving the boys the day off. They have earned it in triplicate this year. So that being said, I'm no Scrooge. I'm not going to try to make them work the day before Christmas. All that aside, we have a great bunch of guests today. We have a holiday 8-pack of games. We have the first 4 games of college football playoff, Thursday night football, 4 playoff implicating NFL matchups. Oh, yeah, we got a quarterback drama in Atlanta. We got QB drama in Penn State. There's a lot to talk about today. So, without further ado, I'm going to go to my co-host. He, of course, took off Monday's show for some personal reasons, but he's back today. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony's father, and, of course, host of That's What Swagoo, Matt Ordazzo.
Yeah, don't forget NFL drama with apparently Jets owners using Madden ratings based off of if they want to draft or trade for a player, and just a 15 and a 17-year-old running the team with the general manager reporting to them. That is just fantastic things to just look forward to as a New York Jets fan.
So I saw that story. It was about 30 seconds before he texted it to me. We just got off a site, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, I'm going to get a text from Matt about this. And about 5, 4, 3, there it is.
It can't be real, right? Like the whole Madden.
I was waiting to see like the Onion was the tagline or something like that. I was waiting for it, but we'll see. There's always some backlash. But you know who doesn't get backlash? Even though he literally had an entire segment about him getting thrown in jail. Ladies and gentlemen, our Philly fanatic himself, Chris Lipoff.
Yo, Merry Christmas, fellas. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. Hair's looking phenomenal.
Shirt you got on.
Hey, I keeping it festive. I was gonna order some beard ornaments. I'm just gonna dangle them in here during the show, but
I just think Budweiser cans.
I like it.
Yeah,
old
right.
school.
It's a little shirt you got there.
It's a little bar stool. It's Pink Whitney.
Oh yeah,
no, not too low. Can't be looking at that on the screen.
This isn't a Zoom meeting, Chris. You have to have pants.
That's $5. That's $5 on the certain website.
Got my cat in the background, dude. We're vibes are high.
Vibes are high. Vibes are high, Chris. You know why? Because this is the type of time of year when we start loading up the 6-pack with 8, 9 games. So those point swings, if we don't screw it up, get real tight.
Yeah, right. So, and if I don't win, I'm donating my points to charity.
The 6-pack gods have blessed me because I don't know how I only dropped 1 point in my lead. I had a really bad lead.
I want to talk about it. Hey, listen, your lead's down to 10, and we're within striking distance. And we got the playoffs starting today. Me versus Matt in the first round. Chris versus Nate.
Oh, yeah, I got some.
By the way, thank you to Nate for not completely setting his lineup and me, DJ and Kelsey in Matt's league, because I was able to then get to the second round of the playoffs. Because thanks, buddy. He just flicked me off backstage. Oh, here's our producer, Grumpy Nate.
Hello, fellas. Yeah.
You didn't make your bed.
Oh, right. So here's the thing. It's a new setup. As you can see, it's a wider camera thing as a ring light, which is really cool. So you can see everything now. So you see my giant stuff in the background. My bed is not made because I woke up at noon. it's because I was working on stuff for the show at 4 a.m. So that was terrible. But yeah, I'm excited for this show, boys. Excited to talk ball with y'all and about the Jets because I read that article too.
It always trips me up when the sunlight comes through Nate's window and it's like
he's got an idea.
Forget he's on the west. He's on the west coast.
Yeah.
So
Yeast. I thought you said yeast.
I don't even know what the temperature is. It just says it feels colder than it is now. What is it in Connecticut? Come on, give me 34 degrees, but it feels like it's in the mid
36 right now. And the best part is
38 in Philly.
Wish him away Christmas might actually happen because we're supposed to get like 2 inches tomorrow night, and it's not going to melt till Christmas Day. Dude, I might start doing cartwheels in the snow. My Polish ass is loving this right now. Either way, we have 3 games tonight, boys. Nate, if you got to drop off for a little bit, you can. Nice color cast hoodie, by the way. That was clean.
Thank you.
We got 3. Just pop back up. It drops off. We have 3 guests today. So, in order of how many times they've come on the show, I think is the correct way to do this. So, joining us now is a new guest. This man hosts a Sideline Summit. They talk basketball, football, and everything in between with 2 of his buddies. He's also the first-time guest. Let's try to be nice to him, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio Perez.
Yo, how's it going? Happy holidays, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Happy you were actually able to work with you for once. You've been at Belly Up for over a year and a half or so, and we've never even had a chance to speak besides official podcast stuff. So I was like, why not bring you on? See if you want to come on for the Christmas party, which may have been the worst idea or best idea I've had. Depends on how the night goes. Did you like the
find out?
I like the record collection in the back.
Oh yeah,
thank you. It's still relatively new. I got Good Kid, Mad City, Thriller, and Bad. We're like a must-have. I love Michael Jackson.
That's fair.
I got Take Care. I got House of Balloons by the Weekend. I'm still deciding which one I want to fill out entirely. I think I'm probably gonna lean Michael Jackson, but those are probably all my top artists.
I'm still in shock. He has the Drake and the Kendrick album after how this summer went. But okay, I'll let that one roll.
Well,
who would you choose, Antonio? Who you choosing, Drake or Kendrick? You get to choose
He's
one.
going right for it early.
You got to choose one.
Okay, I'm gonna clarify that I think Kendrick won the beef, and that's not really something to debate. But I'm a Drake stan. That's my favorite artist. He's my number 1 on Apple Music every year. I think he walked out of this beef with the best song. I really do like Family Matters, but Kendrick's absolutely amazing. I have no bad words for Kendrick Lamar. He's one of the greatest rappers who's ever lived, and certainly one of my favorites. But I'm a Drake guy for sure.
Both of them are both of them are amazing artists. I even if I was Drake, I don't think I could respond to Not Like Us after everything that was said in that song. I think I would also
go Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
it's just like it's there's only so many ways to respond to what was said. So it's a tough way to go out. But
have you?
It's been Kendrick's summer.
Have you ever heard of Drake's son song, Adonis? The Adonis song.
What his little feature at the end of
"Don't Talk to My Mans Like That."
Yeah, see,
I like it when biggest hit.
I would say that caught me so off guard because of course I'm gonna listen to Drake's album at midnight, and then it's like a minute left in the song. I'm like, okay, this song's pretty good. We got a minute left, and it's Adonis for a whole minute. I'm like,
it just takes over. My favorite line is, "I broke my iPad, and then I got a new iPad."
I wouldn't be surprised if you got 2 new
bars.
iPads.
It sounds like me trying to rap with karaoke at 3 bars in the morning.
Years to replace an iPad.
Hey, listen, you guys are better off than me. My favorite rapper got accused of grape along with Diddy, so that one was out the door. And then my other favorite rapper is part of Wu-Tang, so I guess that could be worse.
Well, didn't your favorite rapper make a diss about how that was all a lie?
I don't care, honestly. All the satanic stuff he says in his songs, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to really not mess with him anymore. So this dude can kind of that way. I've been a Jay-Z fan since I was a little kid, and it kind of broke my heart as I got older, kind of understanding who he was as a person. I'm like, oh, he's kind of not a good dude. Like, He's got a
We're
piece
all
of shit.
gonna just we should all just gravitate to Jelly Roll
Yeah,
and just call
Well,
it a day.
listen, I love
I'm
Jelly
saying
Roll.
Jelly
Listen,
Roll
my
May.
country roots, I've steered into the full tilt. I've gone full hick, redneck, whatever you want to say it. I do love rap music. I still do. Like Method Man and Wu-Tang. Like when the Wu-Tang series came out, I actually was like, I stayed up till midnight to watch that stuff when it came out because of my love for Method Man. Jets fan, by the way, Matt.
I know.
Also played lacrosse in high school, by the way. Fun fact. But Method Man is my.
I sucked.
I think Method Man was the narrator for the Enigma.
Yeah, he
with
was.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
Mhm.
big Jets fan.
Yeah,
Except
big
Phil.
Jets fan. Him and what's his face? Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So Method Man kind of took over for Jay-Z when all this weird shit about him and Beyonce and all that other crap came out. So I was like, you know what? I'm distancing myself from this. But yeah, Black Album was my favorite album growing up. I could still listen to it on a repeat. But you know who else I could listen to on repeat, especially when he's talking baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, my favorite Canadian from the great province of Alberta,
Damn right.
host of 1420, Brett Rylinski.
Look at you all schooled up, forgot the province and everything right. Holy smokes, Jared. That is some impressive crap on a December 19th. How you doing, boys?
Good, brother. How you been?
Great.
I'm good. I just want to distance myself from all Diddy parties. Now you guys were talking all the rap stuff. I was not part of that. I would nothing. I was not part of any of that hoo-ha. So I just want to make that very clear as we're talking about old white guys at rap parties. So I'm going to make that very clear that I was not part of any of that.
The whole Donald Sterling thing from the Clippers series at that point. Old white guys at a rap party.
Crazy. I got a question though before we get moving here. Are those gift cards? Are those in American money or Canadian? If it's American money, I'm going to enter 45 times. Those things are worth a lot.
Technically, you can only enter twice, and they're an American, unfortunately.
I tell you what, that'll take care of the wife's Christmas present 10 times over right there.
I don't even listen. I don't even know how to do the math between American and Canadian dollars at this point.
Me neither. Yours is more, whatever. Here's my card. I don't know.
God bless you folks up north. Canadian politics is my favorite soap opera right now. So
I'll put a 5 on it. Canadian.
5 Canadian. Yeah.
5 loonies. Let's go.
$1.75 American right there.
Damn right.
Can't even get a Pepsi.
Yeah, inflation.
One American dollar is $1.44 worth of Canadian money.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That $25 gift card good to be about $32.63. Made that up entirely.
There you go.
Get them both. Like I
He
said,
doesn't have it on his phone with a little calculator right there.
yeah, done deal. Waitley goes up or down, then you spend them. Easy. That's how you shop in Canada.
What is this, like Bitcoin? All right. Anyway, our final guest. He's not really a guest at this point. He's kind of a member of our little raggedy bunch. He's also the host of High Low Sports. He's one of the smartest men I know when it comes to football. He is, I don't know if I call him a depressed Colts fan or just disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Renfro stunt double, DJ Stewart.
Yes. That's your question. Both of them will apply.
So depressed and disappointed.
Sing the song, DJ. Sing it.
All right, Nate, you're going to the penalty. I don't need to hear this edge today.
Nate's going back in his penalty box. By the way, Nate's penalty box is presented by the amazing people at Righteous Found Beef Jerky, who our boy Brent wrote off an amazing ad read for. I'm just too lazy to pull it up. So there it is. RighteousFilm.com, promo code BELLYUP for 15% off at checkout. Official sponsor of the Korner Booth podcast, Belly Up Sports, and Nate's penalty box. Used to be Chris's, but then Chris got a good behavior streak.
Chris is all grown up now. Look at him. Oh,
yeah, he got a big boy job. He's wearing a sweater on a Thursday.
That's right.
This is the same guy who literally came on the show as an intern.
I go to Home Depot on weekends. It's my life.
Yeah, he even did a 30% off on his OnlyFans special. He's looking out for everybody.
I know, right? He used to brag
nicest
about
hair in podcasting the whole bit. There he is.
Far.
I'm Podcast P.
Yeah,
Paul George.
I mean, I gotta tell Antonio your story about the finger beers. Chris comes on. He was interning for us at this point. This was months ago, back when he was still in college, and he basically said he said something really out of pocket. I cannot remember what it was, but me, DJ, Kelsey, Matt, and I don't even think Nate was here. It was Mason, our former co-host. All look at him like, what? He goes, I'm like, I said, hey Chris, can you count how many beers you've had today on your hands? He goes, nope. And I'm like, he is fitting perfectly here.
I don't know how I got hired from there. I did not get fired yet.
It was not long after that comment.
I
actually
was like, you want to be a
right to the
full-time
higher
co-host?
ups.
It's probably because the price was right, Chris.
Yeah, damn right.
Oh my lord! All right. Being the price is right, Penn State has a problem.
Oh, yeah, we all know their problem.
I'm not going to say it on air, Chris. We're a
They sure love.
Stop it, Nate. Back in your box.
I don't
I
know
was
if that
just
was you,
saying they
DJ,
got a
but
bad
good job.
coach, dude. It's Christmas. You freak. What are you thinking about?
Oh, jeez.
Come
All right.
on now.
Penn State's biggest problem right now is their number 2 quarterback, whose name is escaping me. I cannot pronounce
Drew
it.
Aller.
No, not Drew Aller.
Go
That's a starter.
Pribula.
Pribula, yeah, Pribula. He's a mobile. He's elusive. He's mobile. Quarterback position. He has even individual packages during Penn State games. But he's already entered the transfer portal. And unlike a lot of the players at SMU who are waiting till after the playoff to go to another place or sign, he is leaving now. And I understand from his perspective why it is not like he has to leave because, listen, Adler's not graduating. He is a starting caliber quarterback. Maybe not at Penn State, but hell, he can probably go play ball at FSU or maybe he'd beat Emory Williams. I'm not sure. Anyway, he can go to Syracuse. He can go out west to Washington State. They just lost their quarterback. There's a lot of open quarterback slots right now in Division I. Why would you waste a year of your eligibility if you have the talent to start? You're just caught behind another player. So I understand his point of view here and his perspective. You want to do what's best for your career. And I'm not going to debate you guys about how flawed the transfer portal system is in this. I'm going to simply ask you guys this. Who do you think is handling it better? The players from SMU who are waiting till after either they're eliminated or they win the title, similar to what Cam Ward did last year where he waited until the second transfer portal period to transfer, or do you think it's smart for him to go now? I'll start with the new guy on campus, Antonio. What do you think about this quarterback's decision-making to kind of just let his boys roll and take off?
Well, I would say Bo kind of has no choice because if Penn State, being and heavy air quotes, contender to win the national title, if they were to take this thing the whole way, the championship actually starts in the second semester. So at that point, he's locked in the classes at Penn State and whatever it may be. So even so, I think it's a good move for him. While it's a big loss for Penn State, of course he's looking out for himself. And this is kind of just how it has to be. He can't really wait until the second window, kind of like how Ward did. But even from Penn State's perspective, I think you have bare minimum 4 games left. And you have what I would consider one of the 5 best players in the country, and Tyler Warren. All those little pretty packages you have for Bo, just give him to Tyler Warren. Honestly, it probably should have been that way anyway. But I think, it's a big loss for Penn State, but it's not something they can't handle. As much as Bo was a nice little gadget guy, it would kind of be like a really good Saints team losing Taysom Hill. You still have guys everywhere else. So
I mean, weird.
Bo did the right thing for himself, and the transfer portal really, really, really does suck.
Listen, it gave my team the best quarterback they've had since, I can't even Bernie Kosar. I'd say better than, I couldn't even remember the kids. Who was our quarterback in 2001? My brain is fried right now.
What school?
Jesus. Okay. I'm a huge. If the Uncle Ed jersey didn't give it away, I'm a Hurricane.
Oh, okay. Couldn't see from her.
So yeah, that's my bad. I couldn't think of our quarterback's name. I'm like, who is our quarterback who's now the OC in Cleveland? I couldn't think of it for a second. I couldn't tell you his name and his last 3 jobs. I could not tell you his name for a second. But that worked out great. And I mean, listen, you want to talk about hilarity? It also worked out great with DJU going down to Tallahassee at least for Miami's purposes. Anyway. He's declaring for the draft, by the way. Fun fact. That's going to end badly.
Irrelevant.
Future UFL MVP, boys.
Needs to fire up the LinkedIn.
Yeah,
he's going to be somewhere between Christian Hackenberg and like Carson Wentz. No, that's
an insult to Carson Wentz.
That's disrespectful. I'm sorry. That hurt me.
I see Hackenberg because he couldn't even get on the field, but like, I don't
He
know.
will not be better than Greg McElroy.
Hackenberg mystery was insane because they were mocking him like number one, and I'm like, I'm a Penn State fan. I'm watching. I'm like, what about this dude screams NFL quarterback? And
I
time
watched as a
proves
person
everything. So
who grew up in a Penn State family, or a lot of Penn State fans in my family, and grew up despising them because of that. It's something personal on Penn State itself. It's the fact that I literally had Penn State forced on me from like a young age. So rebellion was coming in. And
There's
so what
a joke
about
in there somewhere, isn't there?
easy, family-friendly show. The joke
it is Christmas. I won't bring it up, but there is a joke in there. In February, we'll bring that one up.
Yeah, listen.
Penn State forced upon thee. There was.
Listen,
it's in their bylaws.
What the P stands for in Penn State, what I usually call it when we're off camera, a whole different joke. Anyway, Brent, how this situation went down. I agree with Antonio 100%. I think it worked out for both teams. I don't think it really long-term hurts either squad. Penn State may not make it out of this weekend. So to me, it really doesn't matter either way because SMU has a lot of speed and they could catch them, or they could beat the snot out of it and then lose to Oregon the following week.
As far as this transfer portal thing goes, it's tough. I mean, the kid's got to look after himself, but then also the kid should have been looking out for himself when he first signed up to play there. I think when you sign a contract or whatever it might be, you signed your letter of intent and you're supposed to be there. I don't know. Like it's the system is you go back 100 years where guys were just getting told to play. They were playing for nothing. Yeah, sure, there was some money under the table here and there, but now with NIL money and everything else, I don't know. Like I'm pro player, but I'm also for my team to they put something together. I don't know. Like a kid signs up somewhere. I think it should be almost, you don't want to say forced, but
Hurt Street brought something up like that on PMT yesterday. He said there should be some kind of like minimum requirement, like some kind of CBA for college athletes or something, where like if they sign a scholarship, they have to play for X amount of time. They can't just add drop.
They can't just take their net and go home. Like it has to be something. They have to have a reason. Like you can't just leave because that's and it goes like right down to minor sports. Like I talked about this on Saturday actually. Like you talk about minor sports where a kid just comes and goes. Their dad starts up a new team and that's it. Like it's I don't know. You signed up, you should have to play.
No, I got
change the rules. Like we can talk about the rules. You change the rules if your team goes to this bowl or to this college football playoff or whatever it might be, then you can stick around. There's got to be different ways to do it. It's put together poorly.
Oh no, it's the whole system's flawed. And I guess we'll rapid fire quick because honestly, our intro dragged a little longer than I wanted to between me introducing everybody. So, Deej, Matt, Chris, I'll let you guys go in order here. Deej, thoughts on do you think this worked out good? Penn State bad for the quarterback, vice versa. Do you agree with Antonio and Brent here? What's the consensus?
I would say it kind of sucks because, like everyone mentioned too, that you kind of have to leave now with this, considering how the semesters play out. I think that needs to be adjusted. I think that's my biggest issue is the portal's the wild, wild west. I want to find something where you can split the difference where someone can leave. It's after the playoffs, but they're not screwing themselves because, like you mentioned, he does get on the field for Penn State in limited action just to basically go be an athlete that's not Tyler Warren or Drew Aller. So now they basically have to adjust. Pretty much, yeah. So they got to adjust their game plan for him. It makes sense why he has to go. I don't like it. I still think as the pre-Soy Boy era, I always looked at it as you signed up to play, you at least finish through, and then you figure it out later. So
yeah, finish at
least the season. But at the same time, can't really fault him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a weird situation. I think that's why everyone's kind of in the same boat. It's kind of a split decision. Chris, Matt, do you guys have anything else you'd want to add to this? Any other thing, unless you're thinking complete opposite we are?
Whatever DJ said.
It's always a good answer.
Whatever he just said, dude.
You know what? Honestly,
I don't remember the damn question. I'm like,
no, it's okay. Listen, this question's kind of evolved since
I'm on a different planet right now.
All right, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm thinking
Matt,
about dinner.
Anything to add on this? You want to move on to Kirk?
I never thought Chris was so corporate. Yeah, good.
Gets one big boy job.
Good for the kid.
Not to piggyback off what Chris said, I pretty much agree with what DJ was saying.
DJ.
I also grew up on the whole
smart. So intelligent.
I also grew up on the whole if you sign up for something, you just kind of see it through, and then you figure it out in the end. But we should be able to nominate players to go to the portal because a certain Nussmeyer down south could really use a nice petition to go away.
I hate that dude.
Hey, listen, we could turn him around down in South Beach. We just picked up one of your receivers.
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You can take him, and then just
what was
Michigan needs to give us back our quarterback.
CJ Daniels was picked up from you guys in the portal.
Probably.
Yeah,
why not? Just take them all. If you want the coach.
Listen, I'll take any LSU recruits, especially the guys in the trenches. Get us some big hogs up front on both sides of the ball. Let's SEC the hell out of our alignment room. All right. Speaking of the South, Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix. We didn't get to cover a lot, but gentlemen, if you remember, if we go back in the time machine, we all kind of were thinking like maybe during the season preview, Penix would get on the field this year. I had a conspiracy theory that he'd be on by week 10. I was about 5 weeks too late, but I was still kind of right. I kind of like this move. I like the limited action I saw Penix in the preseason, plus what we saw at the end of games earlier. But what I watched on Monday night was abysmal. The fact that my upset pick as the Raiders almost hit with Desmond Ridder at quarterback should tell you enough that this team is not right. Kirk is missing something up top. So, this is a quick one-sentence answer. We don't need to go into the encyclopedia about this because I know I'm the biggest villain of that. So, around the horn, we'll start with DJ. DJ, is Penix the answer long-term? Do you think this is going to work towards the end of the season? Or do you think this just completely blew up Atlanta?
Is he a 40-year-old with only one Achilles? No, it'll work out just fine.
Nice. Maddie?
He's whatever. He's got a bionic Achilles, all right? Anyways.
He's like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, except he's...
not the arm, but...
Yeah, he's like the diet Winter Soldier right now. Anyways, not the right quarterback. I think this is going to be good for Atlanta. We were all confused by the move in the draft when they took him in the first round. Now we see why. I think this will be good for Atlanta. I don't think Cousins was going to take him very far, and they needed a change.
All right, Chrissy, what do you think?
I get the move. I just thought they would kind of ride out Cousins for the rest of the year because they're 7-7. I'm pretty sure Tampa's 8-6. But this Kirk Cousins thrown one touchdown in over a month, and he's thrown I think like 9 or 10 picks. So I kind of get the move. I mean, we've seen Penix in college. We know he's got an arm. We know he's a performer. I'm actually curious to see how he's going to play. I'm actually very excited for it. But yeah, I kind of feel for Kirk, dude, because you're making like a crap ton of money, then you're not going to play. It's kind of, I feel like it'd be like a win-win for him, but at the same time, like it kind of sucks to see him declining because I was hoping he panned out pretty well in Atlanta, but I'm actually excited to see Penix, so I think it's a good move.
You know, it's kind of ironic. If you think about when Raheem Mostert first took that job, he made a comment saying if this team had better quarterback play, he probably wouldn't be there as a coach. And this team is having not good quarterback play, and he probably maybe wanted to make a little change because then he wouldn't be there.
Foreshadow.
I think Raheem Morris is okay. I don't think his coaching job's in jeopardy. I think
he's gonna be fine.
Yeah. So first of all, that defense is light years ahead of what it was last year. I'm not sure the exact rankings, but I think all their defensive numbers are up. Also adding, Jesse Bates and the guy from Denver, brain blowing.
John Denver?
Simmons.
Yeah, Justin Simmons. Yeah, wow. Bates and Simmons.
John Denver.
Then you add Matthew Judon. The pieces spoke for themselves. It's adding to AJ Terrell. It's not a bad defense by any stretch. They are staying in games. This Atlanta team probably would have given up 28 to Las Vegas if it was last season. So
yeah, and they're a game behind their division, I'm pretty sure. So they're not out of it.
Maybe this is the spark they need. Maybe they go on a run, knock Baker out of the playoffs, please. It's not that I don't like Baker in the Bucs, is that I'm just really tired of seeing them in the playoffs. Just because I kind of want payback for week 4. Never mind. Go Bucs. Either way, I kind of look at this in some perspective. Loved Penix in college. Loved the draft pick. I was one of the few people who actually liked it. I was laughing about it because they could have gotten him later. I actually really wanted him to go to Las Vegas. But I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to be very mildly surprised on Sunday I could see 2 or 3 touchdown passes. Listen, Nate's Giants, their secondary looks like Swiss cheese, full of holes.
Yep, we got a bunch of no-namers. Get ready
Hey,
to
big,
sign
we got
something.
me, Nate, and Brent out there playing corner.
They got Adoree Jackson. Come on. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
injured.
returner. He's a returner who says he's a cornerback.
He's injured.
He's basically dollar store. He's like dollar store general Devin Hester.
Dollar store general.
Can't cover for a lick, but hell, he can return kicks.
That guy rocked.
Devin Hester is the man, but this is why I said dollar store expired, because Adoree Jackson was the one.
That's one
Once
guy.
again, the Giants Giants under Gettleman overpaying for a free agent. Shocker. All right. We'll move Antonio and Brent, then we'll move into talking some actual football for tonight. So, Antonio, any thoughts on Penix starting quarterback for Atlanta going forward?
I absolutely love the move. I really liked Penix as a prospect. Just being where it's drafted, that the pick does look, obviously questionable, and then now it looks really questionable because they don't know what they're going to do with Kirk's contract after the end of the year. But I think he gives them not only do you want to see what you get out of your rookie, I think he gives them the best chance to win. He's a stronger arm than Kirk at this point. He can step into his throws. I'm really excited to see how he'll work with Drake London, who I'm a big fan of.
Nice. No, I'm a fan of. I love the weapons, along with the fact that he's going to start behind an offensive line. And I think it was AQ Shipley and McAfee yesterday was talking about. They can block. They can run the football. Bijan's averaging the last 4 games, like over 100 yards a game, or at least in the high 90s. They can move the football. They also have Algier. They also have Kyle Pitts. Jokes aside, he's still not a bad tight end. Then you add Mooney and London and Ray McCloud, who's honestly come on really well as a number 3 receiver. This might be the best case scenario. This is what we thought Caleb was going to get up in Chicago. Penix is getting in Atlanta. Yeah, well, no, listen. On paper, listen, Eberflus is a dummy. We all knew that. But and Shane Waldron, I don't even know how he's offensive quarterbacked to be. Qualified to be an offensive coach. Shane Waldron's offense literally made my head scratch. As somebody who likes to watch film, it made no sense to me. I could do an entire Yale study on why his offense doesn't work schematically. Anyway, but we thought in the beginning of the season, you have a Dunze, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift. Hold all these weapons for Caleb. They didn't fix the biggest problem. Championships won in the trenches. Brent, anything else on Michael Penix before moving to Thursday Night Football?
I think this move has to work. I think it's the right move, and I think it has to work. And they had to do it. They're not winning Super Bowl this year. Let's face it. And they have to start looking towards next year, and then and years after. And they're maybe 1, 2, 3 years away. And sticking with Kirk Cousins probably isn't 2, 3, 4 years away from doing anything. It was the right move that they had to do, and it's if it works, well, it works. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. But you have to try something.
No, I hear you completely. All right. We got a decent game tonight, boys. I called out Jim Harbaugh on Tuesday's show. I said he sucked. I don't care. His khakis suck. His offensive line coaching sucks. He makes
do that, Jim. So you hear this?
Your stupid Nike cleats looking like a dad who's trying to outclass his kid on the field, trying to get Justin Herbert killed every week, and making Gus Edwards look like Trent Richardson.
They look like the father and son, where it's like Herbert.
My patience for Jim Harbaugh this year is at an all-time low because I have now lost multiple games in fantasy because of a Chargers player. Because it's my last.
You should write a letter to Mr. Harbaugh. You really should.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't think it's worth the effort.
Sternly worded letter.
It's going to be looked at as fast as they will be in the playoffs.
He might sign it too and send it back to you. He's probably thinking you want an autograph or something.
With a finger wag from Jared.
Yeah.
Your offense sucks. It's really sad. It's really sad when your third best receiver is Jalen Reagor. As an Eagles fan, you got to understand how much that joke hurts my soul a little bit. Anyway,
I feel great.
So Thursday Night Football tonight. Chargers opening 3-point favorites at home. Obviously, we know the Vegas rule, so technically even spread. Broncos. Anybody who saw anything from that last game, Bo looked sloppy as hell. But in the second half against DJ's Colts, they got after it quickly. The defense showed up to play. Then again, Anthony Richardson, I swear to God, is the football IQ of a kumquat. So, that being said, tonight, gentlemen, first, before we get into picks, Chrissy, I need a first touchdown prediction for the folks at home.
Oh, geez. This is a whack game. I guess I'll throw one out there. Give me McConkey.
Ooh. Getting a little white boy gone wild. I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Exciting white.
No, he's not Reed Blankenship or our boy Cooper DeJean, but I like the reference. Anyway.
Not bad.
So we do have Herbert tonight. Gus Edwards is out. J.K. Dobbins is still out. I don't think he's out. Is he out for the season? I don't even know at this point.
Yeah.
He's out for the season?
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Having an amazing year before he went down. Gus Edwards, basically 2 yards in a cloud of dust. He's basically Zach Moss with a better 40 time. I guess I'll start with this, and I'll let you guys kind of roll into it. My key to the game tonight is simply this. Can the Chargers defense stay in the game for 60 minutes? Against the last 2 games the Chargers have been in, their defenses look gassed, out of breath, and worn out. And their offense can't score enough points to outscore teams. Even a team like Denver, who honestly has a decent running game and good and emerging receivers. They obviously have Sutton, but they have Valet and I'm balking on Marvin Mims. Decent, not great weapons, but they're decent weapons. So I'll start with this. DJ, key to tonight's game and your prediction for who's winning.
Key to tonight's game is, do Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss play? And if they do, how healthy are they? Since they're both banged up, it's on a short week. If they both play, oh boy, there's not going to be a lot of points at a premium. That first touchdown score might come in like the third quarter. If they're out there, then Chargers win and they cover comfortably, which I'll still take them to win and cover. But I think the corners, those 2 corners especially, will be a big key.
Well,
Moss is out.
Moss is out? Okay, well.
Moss is out. Surtain is he should be good to go. He practiced in full, as you guys know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But Moss, nope, he's out. McLaughlin is out too.
So
now the question is
how
healthy
Javonte Williams, steady Joseph Javonte Williams tonight, and that other running back whose name I can't pronounce. Anyway, Antonio, key to tonight's game, in your opinion, and who you think's winning?
I think the key is going to be really the Chargers defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter. I want to see how he, like you said, I mean, the Bucs absolutely sweep the Chargers off their feet. And the Bucs do that to some pretty good defensive teams. They did it to Philly earlier in the year. I was absolutely flabbergasted. But
I want to talk about
yeah, I would say I want to see how this defense bounces back. You know, we're talking a couple of weeks ago, they picked off Kirk Cousins 4 times. They have the ability to turn the football over. The more possessions they can create for Herbert and LeConkey, yes, them 2 specifically, because outside of them 2 in the tackles, there isn't real offensive guys out there. But if you can get them to get more possessions for them to play some real buddy ball, I think the Chargers can win and cover, like DJ said. Maybe like a lower scoring one, maybe like a 17-10, probably like a 14-10 type of deal.
Hey, listen, it's better than 12-6 last week. I'll take it. That was maybe the worst football game on a prime time I've ever watched in my life, besides maybe Dolphins Steelers 2007. But if you guys know which game I'm talking about, you understand why it's a joke.
I mean, Colts Broncos 2 years ago was probably the worst football game I've ever seen in my life. Or I would say this one's not prime time, but Raiders Vikings last year, I think, where it finished like 3-0. But that was like that was the nastiest quarterback play I think I've ever seen. It was like Nick Mullins versus Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, it was a bad one.
All I know is we're gonna have a Carson Wentz Christmas this year, Jared.
I am so excited.
Actually, as long as Mahomes don't play,
make Carson great again. I'm so about this right now.
Yeah, he practiced the whole week.
Mahomes is playing. Never mind. Put the jersey away. Take out your Mahomes one.
I don't have a Mahomes one. Why do you gotta ruin good things, Patrick?
It's a little Mahomey.
That's a little. That's more of a. What was it? The Kelsey's was a Mahomes,
yeah. Damn. I was hoping for a Carson Wentz Christmas.
I was too. Dude, like, I hate the fact that, like, it's a high ankle sprain, but yet they're going to try to get into play. Dude, sit him. You'll lose a game. You're still 1 up on the Colts before you have to play Pittsburgh, who might beat the crap out of you on Wednesday. I don't get it. I would have sat Mahomes. Because as much as Wentz is a renegade rogue agent who's hell-bent on breaking his body and your team's season, he's still a better option than what you guys used to have as a backup. So
It's just funny watching him play now.
Oh my God, it's great. Just pure adrenaline. And he's like when you get really hammered and try to play a game of Madden and you think you're Superman with a quarterback, trying to just do whatever the hell you can. Or your first time getting like a dual threat quarterback in NCAA and you're trying to do option reads, rollouts, throwing on the run, all the stuff you shouldn't do. Oh, let's throw 40 feet across my body. Carson Wentz thinks he's what Cam Ward is.
Yeah, he's like a drunk uncle at like his like kid's birthday party when he wants to play quarterback in like a pickup game.
Just
And
throws
he's
off
like,
his back foot.
yeah, just starts doing like insane stuff in his head. In reality, like, what's wrong with you?
I know it's funny. All right, Brent, what do you got? What do you think? Who's winning tonight, and what's the key to the game?
Quarterbacks, and I don't know what it is, but Herbert's never really done it for me. I don't. Maybe it's just. I don't know. I say a lot of things. It's a PG show now. I don't know when that changed, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
PG-13. You can still 13,
say no. So I really can't say what I really want to say. I can't do it. But I know Denver's playing really well. Denver's won 4 in a row. They win tonight. They're in the playoffs. Bo Nix, why not? It be his I don't want to say coming out party. If you word that differently another way, then it's a different kind of party. But Bo, like I think that. I don't know what you guys are laughing at. I was just telling the story. Like, I don't know what's so funny.
Hey, listen,
people tell me I got a nice smile. I tend to
got a nice smile.
Treat it like McAfee is first 4 months on ESPN.
So I really think that the Broncos win tonight, just because it's I don't have much faith in, like you were talking to Harbaugh earlier on. I'm sick of the khakis. I'm sick of it, all of it. I'm sick of that for a long time, and I just don't think that Herbert's got it. There's something missing with that guy, and I can't put my finger on it. It's just one of those things. He doesn't have nice as hair as you. That's the problem. The big problem does not have nice hair as you do. You should call your hairstylist, and things would straighten out a little bit there. But Denver wins tonight by 10 points, I think.
I'll agree with you there. I'm taking Denver. At the end of the day, I look at this Chargers
South
team.
Park football.
Yeah, exactly. South Park Purple Ponies, whatever the hell they win as. This Chargers team, I'm waiting to see their downfall. Honestly, I would love to see them choke out of the playoffs. They are literally trying to win football games like it's 2005, and it's just not working. So,
and like Antonio, like you're new to this whole rigmarole here. What do you think of Herbert? Like, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? I don't know.
I would say so. I'm a big Herbert guy. I mean, absolute rocket arm. He's an athlete, but I can understand where a lot of people are like, oh, he doesn't do it for me, or a lot of people like to say it. What I think it is, he doesn't have a couple screws loose like other quarterback. Like Josh Allen's got a couple screws loose up there that give him like, you know what? I'm just gonna try this throw because I have the best arm.
Don't think about
it. It's the gunslinger gene.
Yeah, it's like Herbert is so unbelievably conservative, despite the fact that he has physicals and arm ability in the tier of like, you know, Mahomes and Allen. And another part is he doesn't get the ball out. He's not as anticipatory with the ball as Burrow, but he's just good enough about everything where he can, you know, hang with the guys. But I wish he would just.
He can't get that next level on his own.
Yeah, he just got to let it loose a little bit. And whether that's taking a couple more, you know, Friday nights out in LA with Jim Harbaugh, I hope he gets there. He's still relatively young, but I hope he can start to let loose. One thing about his game that he's actually started to turn up, he's using his legs, which I've been asking for years. Now he's no Lamar Jackson, but he's a decent runner, and I hope he uses it. He's probably gonna have to use it today because again, the only person that can get open on this team is Ladd McConkey. So that's my guy, but I can understand his flaws.
Maddie.
I think this is a realistic game that the Broncos can win. I like the Broncos defense. They got the 8th overall total defense. Bo Nix is, I think a lot can agree that Bo Nix is playing, I think, a lot better than most of us or some of us thought that he was going to play in the NFL, especially inheriting that Broncos just fire of just the last couple of years of Russell Wilson and then just everything that went on last season. They don't really have anybody flashy on offense. Like Javonte Williams is slowly just losing that starting role. besides Cortland Sutton, it's Devon Bell and
Marvin Mims.
Marvin Mims and Troy Frank. It's just they don't have big names, but they're making it work. They're on their way to the playoffs. And they're just a team with just a lot of fire and just great defense. The Chargers, on the other hand, are also, in my opinion, doing a lot better than I thought. I didn't think, when you get rid of Mike Williams and you get rid of Keenan Allen, and you bring in J.K. Dobbins, who is just notoriously just always misses the entire year. I thought this was going to be a team that was going to crack 6-7 wins max, and they're looking like a playoff team as well. But I think the key to this game for the Broncos would just be, or I should say, the key to victory for the Chargers, if they can win this game, is to figure out what the heck are you doing in that running game. Because ever since J.K. Dobbins went down, Gus Edwards doesn't look like the Ravens Gus Edwards. I keep wanting to say Brent will enjoy this. I keep wanting to say Vidal Nuno, but I know obviously that's the wrong sport. But the running back Vidal he's not the answer either. Ever since Dobbins went down, I've just seen a big difference in the way that offense plays, and they're going to rely heavily on McConkey, and it's not impossible for them. I like the Broncos in this one. I think defense shuts them down. I think Bo Nix plays well, and I think Sean Payton squeaks out another one.
Nice. All righty, gents. You know what time it is.
I don't got a can.
I like this time.
Yep, I did so. Ladies and gentlemen.
I think the Chargers are going to win. That's all I got.
I forgot to never pick the game.
You're
Screw
terrible.
me, right?
Come on, boss.
Screw me.
In
man.
Jared's defense, there is like a lot of people here today.
Antonio, he doesn't have those loose screws that you were talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, that's too many screws loose.
Too many.
All of them, not some.
Yeah, there's a line to teeter. Like Carson Wentz has, one too many, whereas Josh Allen has it just right.
I'm going to do a loose screws tier. Jared, your top tier.
Truthfully, I think every quarterback in the league either falls under a Kirk Cousins category or a Carson Wentz category.
Yes.
And it kind of depends how crazy you are.
Where does Daniel Jones fall?
Josh Allen is a Carson Wentz kind of, obviously way better, but him, Mahomes, those are Carson Wentz guys where you have like Goff, Stroud, Purdy. Those are Cousins guys where they're super conservative. The screws aren't really loose. They really like going to church. Those I would say fit into a Kirk category over a Wentz category. But I figured that out like a couple years ago, and that's how I kind of base quarterbacks.
Carson Wentz.
Fortunately, Herbert is a Cousins guy, but he like has a Wentz. He has a Wentz tier ability, but we'll figure that out one day.
Who'd you rather?
So what you're telling me is Justin Herbert's like one concussion and a good shot to the head away from being the best quarterback in the league. Just to knock
someone just got
to get him going off the side rails a little bit.
He needs to take a shot.
He's good. You need another Antonio Brown, dude.
Whoa, hold on now. I just said knock a few screws loose, not knock the entire.
Dude, he threw his jersey into the Jets stand.
Bro, listen, that man is the greatest Twitter personality to follow of all time. I want to hear it.
I got to watch a Jake Paul fight on his
me too.
On his live.
Our Netflix.
It's the best gift I've ever got.
All right.
That was the best gift you ever got. Damn.
Speaking of a couple screws loose, the entire state of Indiana is going to go absolutely bonkers tomorrow. Indiana's first college football playoff appearance. I believe this is their first shot at having a national title shot since I think the 40s. Notre Dame, similar situation besides the Manti Te'o year.
Whatever happened to that was a wreck, eh?
You know what I love? He's an analyst now on ESPN, which cracks me up. But
that takes some cojones, man.
He's not terrible at what he does, man. I'm not gonna. No, I think it's CBS, but I'm not gonna lie. He's not bad.
Like after that came out, I don't know if you'd ever see me again. Whatever.
Oh, I would steer into the skid, just make jokes about it till everyone left me alone.
The girlfriend's real.
Yep. She's real. She's just lives in Canada. She's Brett's neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's real.
All right.
She requests money.
Speaking of real, are either of these teams real? We really don't know. This is the biggest coin toss game. Every other game in the college football first rounds, I either have a huge grudge against the team I'm picking against, or am just a glutton for punishment. Here is my one thing that I can't get past. Indiana got mollywopped by Ohio State. And I believe it was a year and a half ago, back in November, or big year and a quarter. Notre Dame took Ohio State to the last damn play. This Ohio State team hasn't really gotten much better, and they whooped Indiana. I'm going Notre Dame. The stupid little green guys are going to kick their butt, so we're going with it.
The only time I'll ever side with the Irish. Give me the Irish in this one. I think they take care of business here. Indiana's a good team. I like the little fire. They got a little spunk in them, but they don't got enough spunk.
We ain't packing six tonight.
Yeah, other than that, I'll take the Irish this week, but it's Italian every other week.
All right.
I was born Irish, raised Irish, am Irish currently.
Wouldn't have guessed.
Probably going to be Irish. Probably going to be Irish in the future. Give me Notre Dame, just because Indiana's biggest test was Ohio State, and they got smacked. So they might get smacked again.
Watch this. If we all go Notre Dame, just bet on Indiana.
I don't know. I think Chelsea would do Indiana, so I think we're safe.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for DJ's co-host to pop out of nowhere from the top rope and go, I'm taking Indiana. Like I talked Jared into that one time and just dip.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I want to talk about it. Brett, who you taking?
USC kind of had Notre Dame right there at the last game of the regular season. And Notre Dame didn't show a whole, and it was that game was a lot closer than what the score, and a couple late interceptions for touchdowns. Notre Dame's really good; they can run the ball. That game's going to be really close till halftime, but I think Notre Dame's going to kind of end up winning that football game by. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, but Notre Dame wins the game by 6.
All right.
Couple touchdowns or couple of field goals. Yeah.
Indiana covers.
I'll say Indiana deserves to be here. They've been really good, but they peaked almost. They got too good too quick. They still don't have any trenches, which we saw against Ohio State and even against Michigan, even though they won. Notre Dame's defense is awesome, and it's going to be cold. It's going to be really, really cold there. So it's going to. I'll take Notre Dame. Notre Dame covers too. I think Notre Dame will win comfortably. Defensively, when they're running the ball stupidly, it works sometimes. So we'll take Notre Dame and to cover.
This is going to be the ugliest game of the playoff. And now our newest guest, Antonio, who you taking?
Man, I wanted to walk out of here maybe picking one upset, but it doesn't really look like Indiana. Because that would have been the one, but Notre Dame, they're, similarly kind of built like Ohio State, a very physical team. And mind you, India, that's like the one chance that Indiana got to play somebody of this caliber, and it kind of didn't go their way. Now, granted, they beat Michigan the week before. That same Michigan team beat Ohio State, so maybe it can come full circle, and you can also beat Ohio State. But I'm going to take Notre Dame in this one, but I think Indiana's going to put up a really good fight. I think beating Purdue is not a big deal. I'm not trying to say that, but bouncing back after the Ohio State loss to just go absolutely destroy whoever they had to play. It's very easy, to kick your feet and then maybe go into the next week. Sorry. But I think Notre Dame, obviously outside of the horrendous loss to NIU, they've been very strong all year. So I'm going to go with them.
All righty. So clean sweep.
Nathan. Got Nate.
I wasn't going to forget our producer extraordinaire.
Irish.
You got me, so sorry.
Keep it simple.
Okay, to my defense, you talked for 3 minutes, but then never picked. That was on me for moving on from you, but I swore in my head since you talked, I thought you picked something. That's my bad.
Might have to demote you.
Dude, you're the one who's leaving. How are you going to demote me?
Easy. Come back, then demote you, then leave again.
King of the hill. Let's go. All right.
Right.
Corporate. He went corporate, kids.
We're moving on to Antonio's Nittany Lions.
Who did he pick?
Antonio.
I just said Irish.
I said Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just came in, literally said Irish, smiled, and left.
Went to make his bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty cute.
Nope. Just like that. I ain't making nothing.
Is that your blanket all wrapped up at the top?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. I woke up at noon. I had a show to
record. I don't make my bed
15.
either.
Thank you.
I make my bed if I don't have to go to work at the crack of dawn.
I mean, like, I don't make my bed.
Time,
but my covers aren't at my.
It takes me 30 seconds.
I know, yeah.
It'll
be better for Tuesday or for our next show. It'll be more organized.
That'll be next Thursday.
All
right. So Antonio told us he was an Nittany Lions fan, so I'll let him go first here, as he is the new guest and he is a fan.
We
of the
are,
team.
baby.
All right. I'm guessing you're taking Penn State unless
So while I am taking Penn State, I think SMU has a key to victory here. First and foremost, Penn State is coached by James Franklin, and then who is just like incapable of winning a big game these days. And SMU, I think not that replicating Oregon is easy by any means, but where they got the best of Penn State and really the only team that was able to put up numbers on this Penn State team, and then like Bowling Green in like the first half for whatever reason. But where they could take advantage is that quick pass game. That's what Oregon did to dismantle Penn State. I think they could try to do a little bit of the same. Obviously, the talent discrepancy between SMU and Oregon, even SMU and Penn State, is very large, and it could be too much to overcome. But I honestly, the way I specifically see it going, I think SMU could give Penn State a reasonable amount of scaries to where Penn State heading into Boise State, now we're having a real conversation instead of this, Penn State's just going to cakewalk to the Final Four. But give me Penn State. But I think SMU, I think they have something for the Nittany Lions. At least, I think they have a little bit of fight.
It's Penn State to me is this one. I've picked against them, I think, 4 times this year. All 4 times, except for Oregon, I have lost. Oh, and Ohio State. 2 teams that should beat them. I like Drew Aller as the quarterback. I like the weapons they have. But I am very partial to the head coach for SMU because he was the OC at Miami. Give me the Cowboys. We're going with SMU as my upset pick for this week.
Oh, my God. I didn't see that coming.
Ranger Joe is back.
Sing it, Ranger Joe.
Ranger Joe, baby.
Oh, God. All right. Actually, no, this is not my upset pick. Cause why not? Not because I'm picking another.
Make
upset.
up your mind.
I'm still picking SMU. This is not my upset, though.
Okay.
Wow.
It is if somebody
don't tinker, Jared.
Question:
you
how
flow
does
when
that
you tinker.
work? I know we're like 15, 16 weeks in, but like, can we reserve our upset pick before? I should have.
Well, listen. If somebody else wants it, they can have it. This is just my backup. If somebody takes the one I want to have.
Okay.
Bro,
I'm just saying this is my backup upset because I'm taking 2 today.
Is your primary upset the next game on the slate?
Nope.
Perfect. Thanks, boss. I appreciate you.
Not if I take it.
You better freaking not.
First on that next one.
I'm kidding.
I ain't taking it.
All right. Okay, Chrissy. You got a lot to say. I want to hear it. What we got? Are we?
I'm with a lot of my friends went to Penn State. A lot of family members I have went to Penn State.
Are they all doing okay?
They're okay. They're still alive today.
Different levels of okay.
Feliz Navidad, Hector.
Yeah, tier 1's okay. All the way down to tier 3. Holy crap, chat's blowing up. What's up, chat? I'm going to take PSU. I do think the offense is a good game. I what I've seen from the bracket is everyone's saying PSU has the easiest route to get to the college football championship. Anything can happen. It's any given Saturday in college. I am taking Penn State just because I have so many ties there. They're home too. It's a big difference in college. It's hard to win on the road, especially in the playoffs. So give me PSU. And I do think they cover.
I'm with it. All right. DJ.
This one's interesting considering we all know how good SMU's offense is. Lashley has them could put up points in abundance. That being said, I'm going to copy and paste earlier. It's going to be cold at Penn. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. Though it's going to be 15-mile-an-hour winds. Penn State's defensively is outstanding. Carter's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft come April. I like Drew Aller. I know a lot of people think he sucks, but I think he's pretty decent. I just think James Franklin's kind of a pain in the ass for quarterbacks. But I do think Drew Aller's really good. Tyler Warren's a top 5, 6, 7 player in college football all around. If they worst comes worst, they put him at quarterback and he will put the team on his big, broad shoulders and carry them. I'm going to take Penn State to win and cover. And if SMU starts slow, like they did against Clemson, they're not going to get to fight back like they did against Clemson. Penn State will they will drop the anvil on their necks if they fall behind early like that. Their only hope is to basically be up 14-0 out of the gate. So I'm going to take Penn State. The 8.5 points is kind of a trap, but I'll still take him to cover. James Franklin likes to run it up when he can.
Fair. Brent?
James Franklin sucks. Penn State sucks. Penn State, I've always had a hard time with them since the whole situation that we're not allowed to talk about on your PG show. You know what? Screw Penn State. Screw them. SMU wins. SMU wins. Flat out, they win. Done.
I love it. He's with me on this one.
I'll never, ever, and this is it. Maybe it's old white guy or whatever it is. I'll never, ever understand why there wasn't more hostility towards Penn State. So I'm going to get it all out for everybody else that should have done it back then. Screw Penn State. Go SMU. Done.
Respect.
It sounds like me when I'm hammered after about 15 beers watching a Penn State game.
More like 1.5 beers.
No, Canadian American beers. Yes,
1.5 beers and one bet that doesn't hit. Then it's over.
There it is. All right, Nate, who you taking?
I'm gonna give you Penn State.
All right.
I just don't like how the game's in the daytime. Why can't it be at night? It makes no sense for it to be at noon Eastern time.
Because we got Tennessee and Ohio State at the shoe. I'd rather watch.
What do you have to do? I gotta hear this.
I want it to be at nighttime.
What do you have to do? What do you have to do where you can't watch that game?
He lives on the West Coast.
Make your bed. You gotta make your bed or something.
Yeah.
I didn't make
My
it. See, the
favorite
blanket's
dynamic.
gone. I didn't make it. The blanket's gone.
My favorite dynamic on this show, besides Kelsey and Chris, is Brent and Nate.
Oh,
I'm telling you, me and Brent.
like I'm like his dad, right?
Pretty much. My long lost
Canada
father.
versus
Man.
California.
My second father, basically. I tell you.
There we
And
go.
Nate didn't even make a race joke in that entire sentence. I'm so proud of him right now.
The resemblance is uncanny between the two of you.
That's
I'll
right.
tell you.
I do see it.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
Just you wait. I got something brewing if it comes to it. So
When you give Nate like 25 more years, he'll have glasses. He'll look just like Brent.
There we go.
All right, I think I'm last to pick.
Yes,
There's
you
a
are.
fine line. There's a fine line in the sand ski. You know who to pick on this one. It'd be a big reach not to take Penn State. So I'm going to take Penn State here. All the puns, all the PG puns, right there. Yeah, I'm a big Drew Aller guy. I think they get this done. I think Troy Franklin, like DJ said, runs it up them. And SMU's a nice story. I'm going to take Penn State though.
I mean,
We'll
there
see if
could have
SMU
been a couple
pulled the
shower
TCU
jokes about
versus
Penn State.
Georgia,
But we'll let
they
that
get
one
the
roll.
That's a few.
It is our Christmas party, so there would have to be at least one inappropriate joke. Anyway,
Drunk uncle, whatever.
my sister hasn't had any kids yet, so that's not true. I've only had a beer and a half. All right, moving on. Clemson, Texas. Yeah, I'm going to make this real simple. I despise Dabo Swinney. I despise Clemson. I hate everything they are, everything they stand for. The fact that they're in the college football playoff because SMU can handle business and Syracuse should burn in hell aside. I don't care who starts the quarterback.
Be
for
nice,
Texas.
be nice, be nice.
No, I'm
It's
going to be
okay.
mean.
It's
I want-
Christmas.
I want
It's
Death Valley
Christmas.
to. I want
Come
Death
on,
Valley
Santa.
to burn.
Come on, Santa. Be nice.
I get to be
Why is he
Scrooge for one.
Santa?
I get to be Scrooge for one damn game.
That's Yurkon Cornelius.
He is Yukon Cornelius. Oh
Bumbles
man.
bounce.
He said nothing.
Okay.
All right, I'm going with Texas. I don't give a shit who the hell starts a quarterback. Dabo and his boys are outgunned, outmanned. Cade Klubnik is a fraud of a quarterback. We've had this conversation 15 freaking times. I don't want to hear it again. He is literally a glorified game manager who can run a little bit. I don't want to hear it again. Give me Texas and they'll cover. Antonio.
Yeah, I have Texas as well. But just speaking of the quarterback, if Quinn Ewers shows even an ounce of struggle in this game, I probably wouldn't want to see him for the rest of the playoffs. And, you know, while Arch lacks the experience, I liked how he looked in limited time. So give me Texas. And I do think they'll cover the spread. I think Quinn will bounce back well after his poor performance against Georgia. So yeah, it's Texas, but it's still horns down though.
I could care less about the whole horns down thing. It's still the softest rule they ever made in the Big 12 was you couldn't do it. People do the U down all the time.
No. Didn't you hear about that stupid rule they tried to get in Ohio State with the flag?
That was horrible.
You Americans know how to spend your money. I tell you what, that's money well spent.
Okay, listen, Ohio counts as its own country in America.
Yeah. This is how but a flag by a team that that's what we should talk about.
Listen, I'm
moving on.
Right now, when it comes to Ohio and Ohio State, it's the softest state in the country. I don't understand it. I will never get it. Maybe some from Connecticut, and our football team had one good year, and we got smoked by DeMarco Murray and Sam Bradford in Oklahoma. So
Ohio killed Harambe. It's messed up.
Anyways,
that was Kentucky. Cincinnati's Kentucky.
Yeah.
Cincinnati technically, if you want to get geographical, is mostly Kentucky.
Like it's
50, all right.
50,
guys getting shot in the middle of the street. Nope, a flag of the fucking.
All right, let me ask the loud Canadian here. All right, who are you taking, Brent?
Texas by a lot.
I love it. All right, Chrissy.
Give me Hookem. And I agree with Antonio. Like if Quentin Ewers plays how he did last week or 2 weeks ago now, I was at a bar in Florida with like 90% Georgia fans. I'm one of 3 dudes rooting for Hookem. I got yelled at. I got cursed out at. It was hilarious.
They use words Chris didn't understand.
I saw a grown man throw a fit after the one pass interference at the end of the game. It was the funniest thing. Yeah. But yeah, give me the horns. I want to say they cover, but if Ewers struggles, I see Clemson covering. So give me Clemson.
I don't care about the cover at this point. Like I said to Antonio in the pre-chat, I was like, I don't care about cover. Just win.
You know what I care about, dude? I care about hits. I care about people winning their bets.
Oh, so, I mean, listen, I tell people take money lines when in doubt, and it just makes it into a parlay.
Money lines are too thick this week, man. It's too heavy. It looks like if this is -12, the money line's got to be like, I don't know, minus.
Yeah, we have Chris, our boy Chris Prince. He's asking, and then his wife chimes in, and she's taking Texas as well. Honestly, she might not be.
We're gonna throw some beer cans on there.
Ooh, yes. You get the calls right. I mean, listen, 2 of the biggest crybaby fandoms, and they're both in orange. This should be an interesting game either way. Maddie, who are you taking?
Well, going back to what Antonio was saying before, I mean, I think earlier in the year when Quinn Ewers, I think, was banged up a little bit, he just hasn't looked the same since he's come back. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm taking the horns. I think Texans is going to win. I don't think it's going to be I don't think Clemson's going to cover. I think Texans wins comfortably. But I raise a question. Do you think, because I think this is going to happen more often with quarterbacks in their junior year, instead of declaring for the draft, I think now they're going to wind up staying for the last year, get that NIL money. But do you think Quinn Ewers could possibly enter the transfer portal?
He's heading.
I see him. He's not
stay in college, get the money, and transfer.
Stay in college and transfer.
He's transferring. There is no way in hell he's going to be a Longhorn next year. I think it's so. A lot of people said there is a very wealthy team in the Big Ten who wants him. The speculation is either Oregon or Ohio State. I could even see a team like, I don't know, SEC team like Ole Miss. I think they're losing Dart this year. I could even I'll even throw my Hurricanes in the mix because Mario is going to try to throw around that A-Rod and Rock NIL money to try to get a better quarterback than Emory Williams. Listen, I take Ewers and South Beach in a heartbeat. Sits behind a better O-line, faster receivers. I'll take it all day. But Ewers will be in a different uniform next year. I just don't know where. He's not going to the NFL. His draft stock, I was telling me and Nate had this conversation, I think 2 shows ago. His draft stock went from top 5 to back end of the second round in 2 weeks. I've never seen it happen like that before. On tape, his mechanics have fallen off. That ankle has really effed up everything he does. And I think he's lost. He's similar to Kirk Cousins, where I think he's lost his confidence. That's what I'm seeing a lot. He's not like Antonio made the point about Justin Herbert being very conservative. I also extend on that. When quarterbacks have a lot of setbacks, they tend to even get more conservative. I think Ewers went from his gunslinger roots to playing conservative, and now you've taken away what makes him great, which is the fact he'll try to throw a ball into a window this big for a touchdown. So I don't care who plays at quarterback, just win. But I do not think Ewers will be back at Texas next year. Deech, who you take?
Clemson is not very good, so I'm going to say Texas wins and they cover pretty comfortably. I think Quinn Ewers can get his confidence back in this game and can get going. If he has a good playoff run, he could climb back into that quarterback 3 spot in the draft. I do think that ankle injury is holding him back a lot more as well. I also think if he struggles, we know Lamar Manning is going to come in there and run for a 67-yard touchdown out of left field. I think they'll find. I think they'll win this game. They'll cover. I think this is a good get back game for Ewers as well. And Sarkisian, when he loses a game, especially one he did not like, we saw that halftime interview during the Georgia game where he immediately was complaining about the holding calls. Sark's going to try and put it on him if he gets a chance. So I'll take Texas and they cover quick, fast, and in a hurry. Clemson's just
Texas honestly either is going to win this game by 3 or 40. There's no in between. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Clemson's secondary is not great. Their D-line is sensational, but that's what gets me worried because you saw what Georgia's D-line did against Texas when they played the first time. But that was a lack of Texas offense lead, but that's a whole different thing. Nate, who you taking, brother?
Upset pick. Give me the Tigers.
That's your upset pick?
Yes, sir. I don't believe in Texas. I don't believe in
Chris,
Texas.
Make it official. He's bequeathed. He is taking. Hear you, hear you.
What that was a couple weeks ago.
What?
Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll make that joke after.
Go Tigers.
Matt, did you take? You took Texas, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And of course, we have the Nate fan. Everyone loves producer Nate.
Tell you, it's the guy.
All right.
Blues Clues.
Now for this game. So, allegedly, over 30,000 seats have been sold to Tennessee fans. This has been so bad.
Can I go first?
No, because I'm taking Tennessee's my upset pick.
Oh, you asshole!
That's the spirit.
You asshole!
Even better.
Yeah.
People in the back.
Yeah, it's only known when Jack wants to pick it, right?
Rocky Top Tennessee. I gave people an option to take SMU, man. Listen, Chris, in the spirit of giving, we can double up.
No. Because when it hits, you're going to be up on us. No. This shit's so rigged, dude. Maddie, I hope you win, dude. I hope you win.
Chris, I'm giving you an in. Okay, I'm literally saying you could take the same upset as me. Okay.
No, I don't want it anymore. It's changed.
Chris, you should write a letter.
Yeah,
I'm writing a letter. Ohio State.
This is my upset. Literally, if you look in my notes this morning when I was making the 6-pack, my upset circled 4 times was Tennessee. I love Nico as a quarterback. Ohio State, I'm not even sure they have the wherewithal to win. We have not seen them since they got whooped by Michigan. And at the end of the day, the fact that they're talking all this stuff about like the orange coming in and they're not sure about what the culture of the team is, there's Ohio State fans pulling for them to lose. Either Ohio State's going to win convincingly or Tennessee's going to run this. A freshman quarterback scares me, but not in an initial bowl game. That's why I took Tennessee. Chris, please take Tennessee. Do as your upset. I feel bad. It's okay.
I might pick like Tulane in the Gasparilla Bowl.
The Sarsaparilla, whatever it is.
There's a Gasparilla Bowl with them in
What is
Florida.
the Fox and Park thing? Gasosa?
Tulane over Florida.
It's
DJ
Florida.
Lagway's probably going to play, though.
Look, I'm going to pick Tennessee for now. I don't know if I'm going to make it my upset yet. I haven't decided.
Well, you are the keeper of the 6-pack, so that is your duty.
I will go back on that. Maybe my heart will change in 5 minutes. Maybe.
It's okay.
Maybe a Christmas miracle. But I'm taking
God
Tennessee.
bless everyone. All right, Brent, who you taking?
Ryan Day is unemployed come Monday morning. There's your Christmas present. Tennessee
He
wins.
went nuclear. I love it.
They've been waiting to get rid of him for a while.
Oh my God!
Fired under the Christmas tree. Mariah Carey crying in his arms. Done. See you later.
That's a pretty.
And my former co-host giving us the best comment of the night.
Somebody did that. Oh, Max Kepler.
Anybody get? If you don't get the reference, it's from Dark Knight Rises.
Pretty good. Good reliever right there. Max Kepler to the Phillies.
Ooh,
take it. My dad.
We signed someone.
My dad texted me, Max Kepler to the Phillies is like picking up an old woman at the bar at 2 a.m.
Still count.
That was
now.
I don't know. He just texted me. That was the funniest text I've ever got from him.
Hey, Chris, it could be worse.
Do not hate on picking up a cougar at the bar at closing time.
At 2 a.m. That's crazy.
It all depends on the day.
Yo, what a text, dude.
Monday through Wednesday or Sunday through Wednesday at 2 a.m.
Sunday through Wednesday, yes.
I guess that's when the freaks come out, dude. I don't know.
Hey, Chris, it could be worse. Your starting rotation could be Kodai Senga, Frankie Montas, Dave Peterson, Tyler McGill, Clay Holmes, and Charlie Blackburn.
And then
Paul Blackburn. Don't
Paul Blackburn.
My boy Paul Blackburn, baby.
And then you spend all your money on Juan Soto. All right.
Got a guy who walks a lot. Right on.
Nate, why I got you? Who you taking?
OHIO, the Buckeyes.
Ugh, gross.
Damn, Buckeyes.
All right, I feel like I cut somebody off here. Who the hell was supposed to be talking?
Me in the beginning.
I haven't gone yet.
Chris is still bitter about it. I gave you the option. We could double up.
We'll see, bro.
You've missed shows and you've taken an upset from somebody who actually want to pick it. We let him double up.
We'll see. Maybe the Christmas spirit will change in the next 5 minutes. Maybe.
Right, whatever you want to do, man. I don't care at this point. You're gonna throw a temper tantrum about. I don't care. I gave you an out. I'm busting your chops because it's all fair. It's the one perk I get of running the show. If I want to take an upset,
I will donate my points to you and to ensure a win.
It doesn't work that way, but congratulations. All right, DJ, who are you taking?
Ohio State better hope the Tennessee's buying up all those tickets because I know Ryan Day does not want to face those Ohio State fans after their last game. What happened in that? So you know what? Maybe Tennessee buying out the stadium would be a beneficiary for them. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Tennessee. They're gonna win. They're gonna cover. Ohio they're a mess right now. They got some reason. They have the best roster in college football, arguably, yet they have not played like it once this year. So I'm going to take Tennessee to win, cover, and welcome to Columbus, Mike Vrabel / whoever wants to come through.
Okay, so the overwhelming majority, by the way, between the 7 or 8 people we have in our comments is everyone is going Tennessee as well. This is interesting here. We'll go to the guy who I guarantee has a hatred spot for Ohio State because he's a Penn State fan. Antonio. You're Rocky topping, or are you going with the OHYO?
I'm gonna be surprised. I'm surprised a lot of people are going Tennessee. I mean, it would be so easy just to pick against a team that I don't like. I've kind of been teetering this entire time. I think this is easily going to be the best game of the slate, assuming that Penn State shows up and looks like the number 6 team in the country. But I think this is going to be easily best game. I mean, a home playoff game at the Horseshoe. That's going to be electric.
Well, there is that.
I think I'm gonna join you guys though. I think I'm gonna go Tennessee. I was gonna give Ryan Day his credit. The last time he lost bad to Michigan, they got into the playoffs, and I thought they responded well despite losing to Georgia. But losing to this Michigan team, I think is a little different. So I'm going to go with Tennessee. And then listen, but it's not all bad because like Brett said, if Ohio State loses, you are free from the shackles of Ryan Day. Same thing as Penn State fan. If we lose, I'm free from the shackles of James Franklin. So truthfully, Ohio State and Penn State fans, we can't lose this coming Saturday. We really can't lose. We move on or we're free. So.
Yeah, I've been asking about that for Brian Kelly for 3 years. We just haven't responded.
So if Brian Kelly ever goes missing, we know Chris is probably the first suspect we look for.
Yeah, I pushed him in a river.
Wait, so everyone picked Tennessee?
Yeah,
I think so.
I ain't go yet.
Well, Matt hasn't picked yet.
Oh.
Listen, this is a very difficult
An
choice.
upset, Natty.
But here's the thing. Ryan Day sucks.
Well, there is that.
He's horrible.
Will Howard.
He's horrible.
I'm not a Will Howard believer. I don't
Kelly
think he's going to
sucks,
translate
too.
well in the NFL. I don't know. Some embarrassing losses. You got Tennessee sweeping up the stadium right there. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster for Ohio State. This is going to be another embarrassing situation for Ryan Day that just cost him his job. And with that being said, give me Ohio State.
Yeah.
Guys are going to
Why-
roll.
You can't do the McAfee well, buddy. You don't have enough pitch to it.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know
okay.
what I'm
Most of
talking
us went with
about.
this, though.
Yeah, Ohio State. Listen, Tennessee, are they going to cover? No. Ohio State's going to smoke them, and they're still going to fight.
That wasn't as good as I
Why
thought.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that.
Next
Yeah, I
time you
thought
want a
it was-
song play, let me know. I'll put it in the background.
It was
so
the
that-
Rocky Talk theme. I just don't feel like getting a copyright strike.
Yeah, to be safe.
Yeah, no dings, no dings.
They
Yeah,
only
we're trying to avoid that because we got
Ding.
one.
Let's sing it together then. Good old Rocky
Oh,
Top.
Rocky Top.
There we go.
Rocky Top.
No, Rocky
Tennessee.
Top just doesn't sound
Really scaring the guests, guys.
good.
All right. Yeah, no, I know. Antonio looks petrified right now.
Yeah.
We're
They
gonna
call
scare
me
him
the
when he's
Asian
never gonna come
Kendrick
back.
Lamar. I'm telling you, man.
All
Let me get on the mic real quick one day.
Little persuasion.
MC Darkside Nate. All right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Antonio, would you believe Nate when he first joined this show was all happy, goofy, and go lucky? Now he's just cursing everyone out, wearing hoodies and yelling at everything.
It's
He's like when
cold.
he
I'll
like
quit.
when,
It's cold. That's why I wear
Cold
hoodies.
He's like
How
when
cold is it up there,
Spider-Man
Brent?
got that symbiote on him.
Yeah,
And
Brent,
then-
how
cold-
cold is it in Alberta today?
19 degrees. 19 year guys is not bad.
Damn. That's
Not
not,
bad. That's about 40
Yeah.
degrees warmer than, I mean, Nate's is probably what, 59 right now?
Yeah, we
59, 60, some of that. He's
Yeah.
Damn.
soft
Yeah, it's
boiled.
30
man.
Leave the north.
34 over here in the Great White.
36 right now.
Connecticut.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up tomorrow for Christmas.
I think this game's line has changed.
Christmas
Somebody
is gonna
give
be
me
16 degrees.
clarification. Texans Chiefs, I believe it's shifted. The Texans 2.5, but I believe with Mahomes possibly playing, it's shifted back.
He's gonna play. He's good to go, I think.
Yeah, which
That's
sucks.
dumb.
I would
It would have been a Carson Wentz Christmas.
It stayed the same. It was 3.5, boss.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to say one thing. The biggest key to the Chiefs season is the play of their offensive line. They have guards like Joe Tooney shifted over to tackle. They're missing guys. Juwan Taylor is one of the worst tackles in football and is the literal reason why there's the offside, the tackle kick step rule with the false start stuff. And I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs aren't going to go one loss. They're gonna blow one in this 3-game stretch. Texans are figuring it out, man. Their defense is on point. Derek Stingley looks incredible. Dude was locking up Tyreek Hill last week. It was like it was nothing to him. I think this is the game where you kind of see a little wear and tear fatigue. They'll come back. They'll beat Pittsburgh on Christmas. You can book it. But, oh, by the way, we'll release our six-pack. Maybe we'll come on and just do a quick video. Oh, we'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking Houston here. They're playing a lot better football. It's grimy. It's nasty. It's mean. It's kind of how they honestly got their start. And to be honest with you, the Chiefs with a less mobile Mahomes, dude, he's literally falling backwards, throwing the ball away half the time because that offensive line's so bad. And Daniil Hunter and the boys on that Texans front seven have actually been playing really great this year. So if the offense is not completely incompetent, Texans win. So I'm going with Houston.
Yeah,
Maddie.
do we let somebody else go. I was just saying, do we forget Mahomes had a bum ankle in the Super Bowl and ran like 50 yards to secure the game? Like this dude.
Dude, there was more Toradol in that man's body than there is in an entire pharmacy.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's gonna get shot with the roids. He's all right.
Oh no, I'm just saying this is the same team that almost lost to the Panthers and lost to the
Oh yeah, they're what the 2022 Eagles were to me. Gets wins, pretty cheeky, pretty sloppy.
You mean 23? Before
2023. Yeah, my bad. I think they win. I think the Chiefs win. It's gonna be a hard turnaround for the following week just because they're on a short week. I think they're fine, honestly. I think the game's gonna be close. I think the Texans cover. I I still think the Chiefs win, unfortunately, because I would kill to see them fall out of the 1 seed, but it's probably not going to happen.
All right. Maddie, Texans or Chiefs?
I've been going back and forth with this one in my head. Like you said, the Texans defense has been playing better. I mean, that front seven is pretty good right now. Derek Stingley's having a great year. And I know Mahomes is playing on one good leg, and I was just hoping Rob Taylor would be in the comments to.
Yeah,
further
I'm
convince
a
me
little
that-
sad with Rob right now. I'm gonna text Rob later and be like, "What? We weren't good enough." I like you bastard. I know you're getting off work right now because he's West Coast like Nate is. I've been like, "What the hell, man?"
I want him to convince me further to take KC. I don't need convincing. I'm going to take them. It's just my reasoning is really just because Stroud has not looked like Stroud of last year.
Sophomore
He's
slump,
just taking
man.
a sophomore slump right now.
Mhm.
But it's just it's eye opening. It's interesting. I didn't think this would happen when you add Mixon and Diggs to that offense, and just the impact that even Mixon alone has just had. It's tough. I'm going to take the favorite. I'm going to take the safer option right now. I'm going to take I think Mahomes with one leg might have a better performance than CJ Stroud fully healthy, just the way he's been playing this year. So I'm going to take Mahomes in a close one on this one. I will be changing my pick if for some reason they start Wentz, though. If I can get that in time.
Oh, I honestly, if they start if KC starts Wentz, I'm picking KC.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going reverse psychology here.
You do not
Antonio, who you
believe in
taking?
Carson Wentz, by the way. You do not believe.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs in this one. This is gonna be the first game where they get to see Hollywood Brown. While that's not the most household name amongst top receivers in the NFL, I'm very interested to see how he can take the top off on a consistent basis. And he's a really good route runner. Where Xavier Worthy is, of course, very speedy, but he doesn't really sell you as a route runner as much. Doesn't really put a lot of fear into safeties or deep third corners. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. And I did just want to note about the Texans that while I do agree Stroud it's a little bit of a sophomore slump. They got tape on you. You're a little bit easier to figure out now. I do want to say what Bobby Slowick has gone from like head honcho, like top head coaching candidate to like could be fired this year. It all comes down to like how predictable he is as a coordinator. He's not doing his quarterback any favors. He runs the most run pass play sequence in the entire NFL, and the run game isn't good. At least there's been this over the past couple weeks. I would honestly say it's gotten to about like 8 weeks now. The run game just hasn't been strong. Mixon started out great. It hasn't been that way since. But I think to the expectations we held them to, they're not that great. But I still think they're a good team. I still think they'll end up winning a playoff game, though. But not this week. I think the Chiefs and Mahomes win in Hollywood's debut for the guys in red.
Ooh, all right. Wow. Okay, so it was the other Estime is the name of it.
Estime, something like that.
Estime or whatever. He was the first touchdown scorer for Denver.
In the whole game, too.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. All right, Deej, Texans, Chiefs.
Texans find a way to win. They have the best pass rush in the league. I think Hollywood Brown in his return, they're going to be trying to feed him the ball. I do agree with Antonio there. I think they're going to almost try some tricksy, goofy stuff that they like to do, like the 360, everybody rotate, full house motion, weird, goofy stuff. Andy Reid digs out of the bottom of the playbook, which will be fun, but I think it'll cost them this game late, so I'll take the Texans to win.
Nice. Mr. Brent.
Mahomes is hurt. Texans have to start playing better, but Taylor Swift will probably be in the house. Take the Chiefs just for that factor alone.
That's a really good point. I didn't think of that.
Damn.
It's actually a thing.
Tay Voodoo.
Well, I mean, she hasn't been in a Chiefs game since Thanksgiving. I love how I know that, which is just makes me so.
My
sad.
wife went to the Swiftie Fest in Vancouver a few weeks ago, and
It's going to be a cool summer.
It's been a thing. It's been a thing,
All right,
and I'm not a hater, but it's been a thing.
Antonio and Brent went. Chris, did you pick? You picked second after me, right?
Yeah, I picked the Chiefs. Did Nate go?
Nate did not go. Nate.
Chiefs.
Easy. Boom.
Yeah, that was an easy one. All right, moving on to the what was the greatest rivalry of my childhood, besides the Eagles Giants, Steelers Ravens. I'll make this quick and simple. I have now watched my team play both of these squads. I think the Ravens are a better team. They just shoot themselves in the foot. I think they make the correction because the Steelers, one, have now a hobbled TJ Watt. X-rays did come back negative, but he did look like he was moving a little slower. I don't know if Pickens playing. Is it still questionable?
He's not.
I don't know.
He's not playing.
He's not playing.
He
Yeah, listen. That
he practiced
offensive
today. It was a lot of solo work. I don't think he's gonna
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, I tried to get the update, but my phone's acting weird. Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore here. It from the simple fact is no Pickens. That offense looks slow as hell. And to be honest with you, I guess I gauge it against because they both played my team this year in the same winning streak. Against Baltimore was back in this game and they were moving the football. Pittsburgh, they just tried to out-bully Philly instead of trying to play strategic football, and it just didn't work. Yeah, I think Baltimore's the better football team. They literally just shot themselves in the foot all year. That's why they have multiple losses. I think Baltimore's run for the division title starts now with them beating the Steelers. Steelers are going to lose 2 straight because I believe they will lose to Kansas City on Christmas. You can book it now. Second time I've said that already. So, yeah, give me the Ravens. Maddie.
It's tough because you don't have any Pickens, and the offense looked a little slow with that. I have a lot of confidence in Mike Tomlin trying to figure that out, but it's also a divisional game. It's not like we're talking about Steelers and Philly or Steelers Chiefs. I mean, even the Jets play the Bills tough, and they're a disgrace of everything. But I'm going to take my upset.
They got to figure it out.
Yeah. We talk about which team we talking about here? The Steelers or the Oh yeah.
You're easing into it. Just
as long
start off
as the
slow and
Madden
taper off.
ratings, as long as the Madden ratings look good, we are good. But
Big.
I'm gonna take my upset here. I'm gonna take the Steelers. I think the defense is still gonna be. It's still a good defense. They got the 9th overall defense in the league right now. Total defense. Ravens aren't even in the top 15. I don't even think. I got the screen right here. The Ravens are 17. I think they try and get the ball rolling on the ground a little bit, but I think it's going to come down to those field goals, and I think Justin Tucker's kind of a little psyched out right now. So I'll take in a close divisional game. I'm going to roll with an upset. I think this is a satisfactory upset pick right here. Give me the Steelers over the Ravens. I think the Steelers got to just try and squeak one win out before they get to the Chiefs.
All right, Mr. Chris.
I'm going to take the Ravens just because no Pickens. I think this could be a problem for the Steelers moving the ball. They struggled last week doing it. Outside of that, I don't know what drive that the Freiermuth touchdown last week, but I think Lamar figures it out against this team this week. Like you said, TJ Watt's a little banged up, so I think that's going to have a toll. I don't remember. Well, I don't really know if they usually split. I feel like they do a lot, the Ravens and Steelers. It's both great football. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game again. So give me the Ravens at home. I think the Steelers cover.
Chrissy, we have a winning record when us D-Gens bet together. So,
Let's go.
All right. Deej.
Ravens win, Steelers cover. Close, ugly, disgusting.
Oh, what Chris said. I like that.
Basically, yeah.
In that order.
Antonio.
Close, ugly, disgusting. Good.
Usually the other way.
Sounds like another team we talked about earlier in this show.
Yeah, I don't want to say Lamar figures out how to beat the Steelers because he simply hasn't shown it yet. He doesn't have one good game to date against Pittsburgh, and it's such a shame because I think he is such an amazing passer, but I think he gets a little bit in his own head about the Steelers. So I think what he needs to do is show us why you're great. Use those legs. And take a copy of what the Eagles did. Todd Monken needs to do a lot of RPO. These corners are
Quick
weak.
pop passes.
And I mean insanely weak. It's amazing how good the Steelers defense is when their top corner Joey Porter Jr. walks onto I think at this point he walks on most teams and is a corner 2 or 3. He was really good at the beginning of the season, but he needs to keep his hands to himself. But yeah, I have the Ravens this one, and in case you were wondering, actually, the Steelers have, I believe, swept the Ravens. I think 3 of the last 4 seasons, if not 4 of the last 5.
Because Lamar has not really played well against the Steelers. So yeah,
it's all, and it's a shame because it's all in. It's so much in his own head. But and then you look at the stat sheet and he's clearly playing bad. And no one, of course, that's his own fault. But I do think he gets a win. I don't know if I can say a good stat line comes with that. But and yeah, Steelers offense extremely pale without George Pickens. Russell Wilson relies on the deep ball more than any quarterback in the NFL. And without him, it's Mike Williams.
Who's your best defense?
Can't do that on a consistent basis. Calvin Austin gadget plays on flea flickers. That was like their biggest play against Philly. That was at the game, and I couldn't.
And that one almost got blown up too.
Are you from Philly?
Oh yeah. I'm from Delaware County.
Delco.
Yeah.
Delco.
I
Nice.
got me and my boy Danny, who's a Steelers. We probably got called a Delco douche about 5 times while we were down there. They say it's in our voice, but I personally can't hear it.
Should see me down the shore.
Who's your pro team then, Antonio?
Huh?
Who's your pro team?
My pro team? Yeah, it's the Eagles.
Where you been, Jared?
Truth be told,
this kid.
I'm the
You can't tell by the accent.
Delco kid. I'm the entire Delco kid in once. I'm an Eagles fan. I go to Temple, but my team is Penn State. So,
You go to Temple too? Damn, bro, I graduated from Temple.
I did just graduate a couple. Well, truthfully, I graduated like 2 months ago once I handed in those last assignments. But,
Hell yeah.
so I'm also Temple alum, but I only cheer
baby.
for them for basketball, which we just got our 2000th win. Only the 7th program or 8th program. I forget which one it was, but yeah, go Owls.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I say go Owls too, just different.
Yeah, me
owl.
and Matt went to Southern
A
Connecticut.
much more depressing owl.
Yeah, much more depressing owls. All right, Nate, who you taking?
Are we ever gonna get like another Giants fan in here? Like
No, because
We're gonna get
They're all dead.
got so depressed, and he's just like
They've all retired.
Dom just took a hiatus.
Jeez.
Steelers,
Ravens. George Pickens isn't playing, which hurts. We saw what happened last week when Pickens wasn't in the offense. Wilson struggled. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing again. So give me the Ravens in this one.
All right, Brent, you pick it or no?
I'm going with the Steelers because I think I had Lamar Jackson, who's probably the best athlete in this game, being the MVP of the league a little too early. Steelers win. The Russell Wilson reclamation project continues.
All right. We're trying to make these last two pretty quick. We'll get to upsets and gimmies. I want you make sure you guys can get into I don't know. Quick show of hands. How many of y'all are actually working Monday? Just curious.
No shot.
No shot. Me neither. I literally.
Anyone that might have had the under on Broncos Chargers, we are already at 7-7. So,
who scored for San Diego?
Gus Edwards.
For the Chargers, it was Gus Edwards, and then for the Broncos, it was Estime. Yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Are you happy now, Jared? Sheesh.
What was the line?
I didn't start Gus. I didn't start Gus Edwards.
Oh,
Nate,
darn.
who did you take?
Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
You guys like how I muted myself just to scream "fuck" at the top of my lungs? Oh, damn it!
Yep.
Oh, man, Jets penalty box is sponsored by Righteous Felon.
It's Christmas. Don't worry about it.
Who took him off? Oh, DJ.
Probably himself, or maybe DJ.
You're our leader now.
Because I know you have access.
I'm not the only one with access.
I didn't click.
I don't have that
here,
access.
I know.
Jared never gave me that power.
Oh, now that I actually see that, I do too. Actually, now that
Okay, the reason, Chris, I love you, buddy.
this last hour and a half might be fun.
Chris, the reason I never give you that power, buddy, is because you are chaotic energy, and I love that about you. But it's also the reason I will never give you powers
What
over
about
me.
So wait, so me and Maddie?
Matt, I've offered this to you multiple times.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Yes, back when Mason wanted access to this, I offered it to you, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Wait,
I
so
agree.
everybody else got the
We're
offer.
picking the Eagles. Got it.
Oh,
All right, we're moving on. We're going Philly versus Washington. Give me
I got
Philly
this
all
whole
together.
Brady.
My boys over at Caps Off said it best. The two biggest frauds in football this year: for playoff contention are the Commanders and the Chargers. They're not wrong. My biggest thing was with the Commanders is they have not played a solid game since Philly beat them. And I think this is where Jaden Daniels kind of gets his little rookie ridges. So give me Philadelphia here. This game is going to be a lot closer than it's going to be a field goal game. Like Washington probably will cover. Like I'm calling a last minute field goal from Jake Elliott, or an early field goal is the difference, and Philly makes a stop because I have a weird feeling Washington's going to play out of their mind at home. But then again, Jalen also plays very well in Washington. So, Brett, since you went last, you're up first.
Eagles by 2 scores over Lionel Richie and the Commodores.
Nice. I love it. That was the best reference I've heard tonight. Deej.
Eagles will win. Commanders will cover. It'll be goofy. It'll be close. NFC East game. Pretty simple.
Especially for it's a 1 o'clock game too. It's not even like a 4:25 or a prime timer. So it's high noon. All right. Mr. Chris, my fellow Bird Gang member.
Bang, bang, Bird Gang. You know what the hell it is. Give it the birds.
Go Birds. All right. Our favorite. All right. Delco Kid. I'm guessing Birds.
Delco, baby.
Yeah, I think the Eagles will win this one. And honestly, I think it might even go down nastier than last time because I really like what I saw against Pittsburgh in the past game. Saquon's going to have, he was limited last week. He's going to be even healthier. And if you guys know anything about second half of the year, Cliff Kingsbury, none of what's happening to the Commanders comes as a shock. He's one of the worst. I don't know if it's cold weather. I don't know if he's the Grinch and he hates the holiday season, but Cliff Kingsbury cannot coach past week 8. So give me the Eagles, give me them to cover, and give me a big Saquon game too so we can keep chasing this record.
Yeah, I like that.
So one quick thing, Antonio, I want to do a little film study because I swear, and DJ, maybe you could back me up on this because you're an analytical film guy like I am. I think it's repetitiveness of the plays with Kingsbury. That's where the drop off happens because guys get tape on them and there's no adjustments. It's the same stuff.
Like maybe it'll work.
Wasn't the word when Kyler got drafted to the Cardinals that it was a 5-play offense, but it was just like 80 variations of the same 5 plays. I feel like that works in Madden or in college, but it doesn't really work in the pros. I feel like that's gotta be something to do with it because the Commanders run a very simple offense. Let's not act like it's anything out of like anything Brady Belichick post 2010 kind of complex. So it's just my theory. I don't know, but
yeah, no, and I think a big piece that goes into it is Kingsbury, even in college, he's dealing with a lot of, I guess you could say, undersized mobile quarterbacks. They're bound to get hurt, so that does play a part of it. But I think the only thing you have to point to is Terry McLaurin is one of the he's one of the best receivers in the NFL, point blank, period. And you're only lining him up to the left on the outside. One against the Eagles, you're just asking for your best player to be thrown out of the game. Yeah, you're just asking for your best player to get locked down by Quinion Mitchell. Whereas why I'm really grateful for Kellen Moore, even if the past game has been up and down or whatever, he's going to move Devontae Smith and AJ Brown around. Like AJ Brown, he was getting reps on the right side slot, and then he was outside on the left against Porter. Same thing with Smith. He's moving slot. He's going to the outside. He lined up in the backfield for a play. Like I love the creativity that he moves with his guys, and I don't think Kingsbury does enough of that. And it results in staleness where at USC, Caleb Williams, that back half of the year, it's basically him and Brendan Rice buddy ball. Like the concepts are horrible. Kyler Murray in that quote MVP year he was having was great through the first 7 weeks of the year, and like you said, it's lack of adjustments. He's not doing the right things with his most skilled players. And that's why I kind of think DeAndre Hopkins had a rough end to his time in Arizona, even though I thought he had a lot of juice left. So. Hope the same thing doesn't happen to Terry, though.
All right. Matt's indisposed of trying to charge up his earbuds. He is taking Philadelphia. If you check the private chat for confirmation there, Chrissy. Nate, who are you taking?
Yeah, I marked it.
Yeah, give me the Birds, man. That's just your secondary is just too freaking good. I'm just jealous.
Start playing Akon, about to get locked up.
It's been a long time. There were days of
Kerry Williams and Bradley Fletcher.
Yeah, like Ronald Darby getting 200 put on his head. Byron Maxwell.
God,
James Bradbury.
I forgot
I'm
about
trying to
Darby.
think of the one guy.
Byron Maxwell is terrible.
Something Jaquette. He got cooked by
Oh, Jaquan
so
Jaquette.
Yeah, that might be the worst
not even
football
a
player I've
real
ever seen in my
name.
life. Respectfully, he's probably a great dude. Worst football player I've ever seen.
2020 Philadelphia Eagles, we had a lot of injuries to our number 2 corner, and so we had to pull a guy off the practice squad. His name was Jaquan Jaquette. He was awful. Darius Slay would basically lock up the entire left side of the field because this was like late 20s Darius Slay back in 2020.
I think he got an interception that game too.
Yeah, he had a pick, and Jaquette got picked on.
Left winger.
They don't make him like the 2018 guys. LeBlanc and Maddox. Like, when we pulled them up for 2018, those dudes balled. That was the mask up crew.
I know that was the mask up.
That followed up the Super Bowl run. Yeah, and Maddox.
We're one Alshon Jeffrey drop away from repeating. We're one Alshon Jeffrey drop from repeating because we would have rolled the Rams.
It's so crazy because Alshon is, in my opinion, like when Alshon said he had the best hands in the league, I was like, yeah, like that's not a crazy take. Like he comes down with everything, and to this day they should have just let it run to the 2-minute warning. Like it wasn't that deep.
Yeah, they should have. They went too early. They got aggressive.
Nonetheless, Jalen will take us back there.
It's okay. I'm a firm believer in QB1. All right. Nate picked Brent. I believe you and DJ.
Yeah, we're good.
We already picked. Everybody's covered.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Gee, my brain's like fried right now. All right.
Eagles over Commodores. Lionel Richie doesn't cover.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the Lionel Richie reference. Guys, you gotta give me credit. I have not got a good night's sleep in 3 nights, and everything's starting to get a little fuzzy at this point. All right. Speaking of fuzzy, Sea Chickens hosting the Vikings. My father is so hyped right now. Anybody who knows my family knows my dad loves his Vikings, but he like if they're good, he watches, he excites. If they're bad, he might throw on like a rerun of like The Mentalist instead and fall asleep in his chair. How did
that NFC Championship go? Like with you and your dad, because you both
he was having a good time.
Yeah, I could tell. Like I would just be like, "Did you?"
I
wouldn't have taunted him, dude.
And the worst problem is my grandmother, God bless her, kept calling me with her in-home nurse and asking my dad, "Hey, you watching this? Jared's Eagles are winning by a lot." He goes, "I know, Mom, over my Vikings."
Oh God!
I felt so. I felt so bad that night. Because that was a certified ass whooping. I don't know how to pick this, so I'm gonna let Matt go first.
I'm gonna take the Vikings here. I'm gonna take the second coming of Samuel Darnold Jackson. This kid's playing out of his mind. But that offense with a healthy Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, you got Aaron Jones back there. I like the Vikings defense. I mean, on the defense. Well, yes, defense too. I like the Vikings defense. I like the Vikings team. Geno has not been playing that well lately. I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm not a big Seahawks believer right now. I think they do just enough to get into the playoffs, and they don't do anything when they get in there. So I'm going to take the Vikings with this one. I think they pick up a win on the road.
DK and JSN and Walker are all playing. So give me the over in this game by a mile. Because that the Vikings front seven, great. Vikings secondary, shaky. All right, I haven't picked my game yet. I'll go last still. But Antonio, who you taking? Seahawks, Vikings.
I'm actually going to take the Seahawks in this one. I was actually talking on Sideline Summit about it. The Vikings look great. Just picked up a monster win against the Bears, dominating fashion. You don't usually see that too much within the division. But with the Seahawks, I expect them. They didn't look great against Green Bay. It was definitely uncharacteristic of them over the last couple of weeks. I really thought their defense was starting to pick it up, and I think they can kind of get back to how things were to a degree. This Viking offense is very explosive, but Kenneth Walker back. JSN has clearly proven to be the best weapon on this offense. I hope Geno Smith can get to a bounce back game, but they're going to be they're going to have their hands full with the Vikings coming into town. But I'm going to take the Seahawks for the upset.
So, the Vikings' next 3 games: Seahawks on the road, Packers at home, and the Lions to finish the season. This is the game they slip. Give me the Sea Chickens in a high-scoring game. I guarantee this is going to backfire. But my dog Gino, big Gino guy over here, is
Is he
going to
playing?
throw that pill all around the field. I have a feeling Sammy and the boys are going to put up a lot of points too, but the return of Kenneth Walker, as much as I love Zach Charbonnet, there's a reason Walker is the starter. He runs.
He's not playing.
Walker's playing.
No, he's not.
Walker was back in practice, full participant.
No, I thought he said he was out.
No, Charbonnet's out.
Oh, never mind. Wrong guy.
Yeah. Walker. Yeah, I was like, wait, oh my! I just started Kenneth Walker. I'm like, yeah, Charbonnet's out.
No,
Walker's
you're right.
playing.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Charbonnet when he's healthy is great, but Walker is just a different beast. But then also you throw in the fact JSN, Metcalf, Lockett, Fant. It's a great receiving core. I gotta go with Seattle. Chrissy.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks, and I wanted them to be my upset, but it's not the missed a
Don't
half
count.
point there.
Wait, is it minus 2.5 now?
I'm on FanDuel right now, so I'll check for you.
Because if it's minus 3, this counts as an upset, Chris.
Still at -3.
Chrissy, this counts.
Hell yeah! Give me the Hawks upset.
Yeah.
What the fudge?
Love that.
Hey, Chris, you gotta give it that hawk what, bro?
Stop it.
Get some.
All right.
Yeah, buy some Tua coin.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fall for that Ponzi scheme. The fact that the reason that girl's not come back on stream because she's probably on charges right now.
Yeah, shit. I'm going to bed. Good night. That was
Brent.
Take the original Marlboro man's grandson, Sam Darnold, to win this game. The USC guy, they're rolling. Like, why not? Why not just keep it? And Seattle's just not that good. The that mystique is gone. And see you. Thanks. Bye. See ya. Take the Vikings by, you know what? 15. It's going to be a butt kicking. Sam Darnold.
Ooh,
why not?
Field goals. I like it. All right. DJ.
Seahawks win. I think it looks very similar when the Seahawks and the Rams played a couple months ago, where they could actually spread that Vikings defense out and pick them apart if JSN goes off. And I think Vikings looking ahead a little bit to the Lions matchup in those future ones. So I'll take this.
There's that.
DJ, let me ask you this. So you watched Bears Vikings on Monday. Why do I feel like the Bears offense is just so redundant and repetitive? It's basically playing against the high school offense.
Considering their head coach went from a passing game consultant to an offense coordinator to a head coach in 20 days, like they're spread entirely too thin. They're basically they're looking at Madden and being like, all right, I like that play, I like that play, I like that play. Here's our game plan. Oh, we ran that play 2 weeks ago. Let's run that. They're too thin. Coaching staff, they're too young, and the offensive line Swiss cheese. I like Robinson. I think he has a good future. He's doing a good job with what they've handed him. They're just spread entirely too thin, which is why you don't bring back Matt Eberflus as a head coach, who has yet to win a Sunday road game at 1 p.m. in 3 years still. And you don't bring in Shane Waldron, who JSN literally on a live interview was like, oh, shit, are we live? And then immediately couldn't even think of anything nice to say.
All right.
They just spread too thin. This year's over.
We've talked about the Bears folding enough, so DJ's going with the Sea Chickens as well. Who's left? That guy.
Hello, Vikings.
Nice. All right. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. So, Chrissy, here's the moment of truth. Do you want to go with Tennessee's your upset, or are you going to
I'm hawking off.
Hawking off? All right.
I'm hawking
That's right.
off.
No, you took a Hawks. My bad. So,
I'm
all of us.
hawking off.
So, Antonio, this is how it works. Basically, Brent and DJ will kind of show you the ropes here. Guests get to pick a game they guarantee is a win as a gimme, and a game they think is going to be an upset that wasn't in the 6-pack. You guys get kind of a free range. Us four morons have to take either an upset or gimme, depending on what they took in the chat. So, as a gimme, I'm taking Buffalo over New England at home.
Gimme.
So that's my gimme.
I wanted
Chrissy?
that one. Gosh darn it. I forgot. I should have said something.
Been there.
Damn. Rough times. Rough times.
All right, so Bills over Pats, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Chrissy?
you got it. Give me Ooh, give me the Bengals over the Browns.
Ooh.
No Jameis.
Jameis is healthy.
He's not
No,
playing.
he's not starting. Story and Tom.
starting. Okay, no, that's right. But also Joe Burrow's questionable. We might have a Jake.
Okay. I might switch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like Chris, like Jake Browning.
That's not how this works,
Let him-
Chris. Like the
No,
corporate
I'm
world, you should know
allowing
this
it
by
because
now.
I did kind of shank him before.
Oh, let me do.
Yeah, now he's gonna take mine.
Point. We're trying
There's
to
only
sabotage
one other
you.
one.
Give me Packers over Saints.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris. I'm sorry. I'm saying that.
Damn! F-bomb on stream. Guys, the checklist is complete. We did it.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go
It's
back.
Christmas. No one cares. You're fine.
I'll take the Bengals.
It's okay.
Give
This
the
one
Bengals.
ain't uploaded to this. Yeah, it's on Belly Upside, which means I'm gonna get in trouble, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, no. So Chris is taking over the Packers over the Saints. No Alvin Kamara. Oh, watch. Yeah. All right, Maddie. I'm sorry, buddy. Who you taking as your? I forgot he can't re-add himself here. Maddie, who you taking as your gimme?
I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, it's freaking.
We could double up.
Spencer
share the
Rattler's
Packers.
playing, and the freaking Kamara's on it. No, I'm going to take the one that you took because that's going to be a gimme. Joe Burrow's going to play because they're not eliminated just yet. I'm going to take the Bengals over. I don't even remember who they're playing.
Matt, I'll give you till Sunday to swap that one out.
I don't even remember who they're playing, but I'm just taking the Bengals.
He's questioned. They're playing the Browns. He's questionable still, so it's like.
Yeah, Dorian Thompson-Robinson looked really bad though, and
Yeah,
I don't think
know, but like, I mean, listen, I take Jake Browning over DTR, but it's like at the same time, it's like that's gonna get dicey.
I don't know. I'm a big JB fan right there.
Oh, I'm a big Jake Browning fan
he almost
too,
got me to
brother.
the championships. I'm gonna stick with the
Justin
Bengals. I'm gonna stick with the Bengals, and then when they win and the Packers lose, I'm gonna be laughing. If only that would happen.
Producer Nate, who's your gimme?
Pack and Heat.
The line just went up. I'm gonna go Falcons over the Giants.
Wow.
Keep on losing, boys. Keep on losing.
He wants
on
to
the way.
standard so
Shadur's
bad.
on the way, boys.
Nate, who you want in the draft?
Shadur.
Sure.
For this podcast's sake, so that way Jared's not like, oh, Cam Ward's on
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Penix throws like 4 picks?
Bro,
that I would be crushed.
Well, that also probably knock Nate out of contention.
I'm cracking up.
Because Nate, honestly, we basically need to keep on Matt's ass to stay alive. But if somebody takes like a 4-loss week, they're done.
We can't afford to lose.
We're basically like the Colts and Bengals right now. Our playoff hopes are hanging on by a thread.
Life support.
DJ, an upset or gimme you like this week?
Rams over the Jets is a gimme. All this can't come out over the Jets, and then the Rams need the win. So give me the Rams over the Jets.
I think the same thing.
Well, the Rams also have not 2020 when they should have beaten us. Sam Darnold had a Peyton Manning-like game. I don't think that's going to happen again, but I see what you're saying. Bravo. I agree.
Right. Any game
for the betterment of the Jets.
I'm the opposite. Jets over the Rams for the upset. Because eventually, Rodgers, his yap has to catch up to the rest of them, right? And eventually, and then for the guarantee, I got the Bears or the Lions beating the Bears.
Oh my!
Anybody watch this documentary yet? It's pretty weird.
Oh, what New York
Rodgers?
I haven't brought myself to watch it yet.
Aaron Rodgers, Enigma, on Netflix.
He named it himself. What a nozzle!
Yeah, he's
idiot.
He's in a spiritual world. He said it's really weird.
All right, Antonio. Now that you kind of got the gist of the rules, what's one game you can guarantee a winner, and what's one game you think is an upset?
I think an upset, and I really like to pick this team on the other show. I was actually on like a 3-week or 2-week winning streak with them. I have the Panthers upsetting the Cardinals. They're 4.5-point underdogs at home. I think Bryce Young has absolutely turned his career around, at least from what we've seen to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the Panthers over the seemingly mediocre Cardinals. And then a game that I think is a guarantee. Try to pick something that everyone else didn't do. I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Cowboys, especially. I really like what I saw from the Bucks last week against a really good Chargers defense. I think Baker's going to keep letting it rip. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. So I got the Bucks over the Cowboys as my gimme.
Antonio, you slammed it, brother. That was perfect. I'm also kind of terrified because in both of my work pools for my old jobs I was at, I am technically still in the contention to win the damn thing. Nothing can be better as being the guy who got laid off in September, still winning the work football pool. I want that so bad, just as a giant last, like just a little fun one. But I took the Cardinals, and I have to swap that now because you're kind of right. Cardinals are kind of mediocre. That being said, fellas, this has been an amazing show. By the way, we're gonna go around the horn quick. Matt, me, Chris, and Nate already went, but the rest of you guys did not go. I want to hear your favorite Christmas movie. So, and then we'll do shameless plugs, McCarthy style, and then we'll get out of here.
Christmas movie.
All right, Maddie, favorite Christmas movie.
Ooh, favorite Christmas movie of all time, Terrifier 3. I love the part when the kid gets the Christmas gift and
go.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, real Christmas movie. Stop that crap. All right, Antonio, your favorite Christmas movie.
Okay, I have two because I feel like the first one might get a flag thrown on it, but it's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And if we're gonna throw a flag on that, it's 8 Crazy Nights. I really like animated Christmas.
8 Crazy Nights slaps. Okay, I will give you that. Also,
yeah, that's one of my
me.
favorites.
All right, Deej, favorite Christmas movie.
The Grinch, because we both have a heart the size of a pea. Mine just hasn't grown 3 times yet. That's why I'm still alive and breathing.
Yeah, he had
my favorite member of North of the Border. Who's your favorite Christmas movie?
A Christmas Story. Love it.
Nice. Just shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
Anyone who's wondering at home who didn't watch Tuesday's show, it's Christmas Vacation for me. Merry Christmas! Shadow was full.
Mine's Bad Santa.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, Matt, you prepared to give a better answer? I got to boot you again.
That was a good answer. Good answer. Good. Everybody says.
Real answer. I will say only because I grew up watching this movie every single Christmas. I do enjoy the classics. It's a Wonderful Life is a great movie.
No,
very nice. So nice.
It is second to Terrifier 3.
Shut up. All right.
I like it.
All right, Antonio, since you're the rookie here, where can we find you and your boys and your amazing content?
You can find us at Sideline Summit on every platform: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Just at Sideline Summit.
There you go. All right. Our favorite man north of the border. Where can we find you and the fellas?
1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beers worth of sports talk and a whole lot more. It's beer, sports, and shenanigans a couple times a week. And then whenever I get around to doing it, I guess. There it is.
Fair enough. All right. And you can find DJ and Kelsey at Everything High-Low Sports. They dropped in a live episode yesterday. If you are in the Korner Booth and Friends Facebook group, it's in there as well. Gentlemen, we appreciate all you stopping by. I hope you guys all have all you guys celebrating Christmas? All of you guys? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Safe travels. I wish all of you listeners happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. I like saying the whole thing because I feel like it's disrespectful just saying happy holidays because, there's actual holidays. And to my pagan friends, shout out to my boy Mac. Happy winter solstice because that's in 2 days. So skull also. But we appreciate you all for stopping by. Shout out to our sponsors, Candips, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off. Righteous Felon, Belly Up for 15% off. And SeatGeek, official sponsor of the 6-pack for Belly Up Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase. You can catch us at Everything Korner Booth Pod. We will reveal our listeners on Thursday. We will not be using even though they're great. We'll figure out what we're doing for the Wednesday games next week. But either way, Thursday we will reveal our winners. Thank you to all of you who stopped by. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Festivus. And we'll see you guys next Thursday. Peace.
Cheers.